My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Nothing turns game day into a great day like stocking up at Specs and cheering on the Cowboys. As a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys, Specs has everything you need to turn your pregame party into a full-on football feast. With lower prices on a stadium-sized selection of world-class wines, spirits, beers, seltzers, and gourmet foods, Specs is your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Cowboy up at Specs. The fun starts here.
If you're looking to get an incredible deal on a diamond, I can tell you firsthand to go to the Diamond Factory. They are the only jewelry showroom with an on-site diamond cutting factory in the U.S. Exquisite diamonds, both natural and lab grown. No pressure environment with true gemologists and experts to help you choose the best piece for your budget. Eliminate the middleman and save money. The Diamond Factory near the Galleria, or shop online at thediamondfactory.com.
Touchdown in the flavor zone. Wings from Wing Boss. If you're ready to elevate every bite, if you're looking for wings that'll make your taste buds do a touchdown dance, then it's time to wing it boss style. Choose from 11 different flavors and endless combinations in our game day wing packs. Don't just watch the game, taste it. You're the boss at Wing Boss. Get sauced at wingboss.com or your favorite delivery app today.
Hi, I'm Colby, owner of Colbert Garage Door and proud partners of the Texas Outlaw Arena soccer team. Visit our website to win tickets to the home opener December 16th at Mesquite Rodeo Arena. ColbertGarageDoor.com.
Hi, I'm Holly O'Neill, Chief Client Care Officer at Bank of America. Each and every day, our employees come to work to make financial lives better. And listening to our customers is how we do it well. From helping with everyday banking needs to life's big milestones, I want to thank my teammates who go above and beyond for our clients.
What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Back here on Rangers Extra Innings on your home of the Rangers 105.3 The Fan. Kevin Gray, Reginald Atatula. Jared Sandler joining us here, as well as, unfortunately, the good guys fall in devastating fashion at Globe Life Field tonight, 5-4, as Jose Altuve's home run, 3-run home run in the ninth inning allows the Astros to take a 3-2 series lead. The TruckRate.com text line 877-881-1053 will continue to take your calls here.
Same number, by the way, to get calls in. And Jared, before we go back to the phone line, I just want to, as a friend of yours, listening to Postgame, listening to you do extra innings, where is your head right now? Because I mean, this was a gut punch, a roller coaster of emotions in this game. Where's your head right now?
Well, I don't mean this like in a corny. I'm trying to, I got a job to do right now, right? And that's to talk about this game in as honest and fair a way as possible. I think when I drive home, since we're not flying to Houston until tomorrow, I think my drive home tonight, ask me then.
Okay.
I might be driving home in silence, just going through the game 17 different ways. You guys know this. and I think some of this shows on air. I hope not too much because, again, I do take pride in going about this job in a professional way. I'm a diehard Rangers fan. I grew up in Dallas. I grew up a big Rangers fan. That sucks. This is a big gut punch of a loss. I don't know if this is, the same as Game 5, 2015 ALDS, the Bautista home run. I don't, let's find out. That home run ended the series. This home run simply gave the Astros a game. The Rangers still have time left. I hope as they continue to write history over the next few games that perhaps it minimizes the impact of this home run. But, yeah, I mean, it stinks. It really does. And I understand, if Rangers fans out there, they're punching their steering wheel. They kicked an ottoman. They pulled a Shane Beamer, and they broke their foot out of frustration. I get it. You're in the ALCS. This is not. It's not easy to get there. Look at the Baltimore Orioles. They had 101 wins. They didn't get to the ALCS. The Rays started the season 13-0 and won 99 games. They didn't get to the ALCS. It's not easy to get here. It's just not. The Braves and Dodgers both missed out on the ALCS. These opportunities are tough to come by, and unfortunately, I know the team across the diamond. They've basically established residency in the ALCS, and it sucks. It stinks even more because it's them. But opponent aside, the Rangers were so close to going up 3-2 in the ALCS, and it was taken away. So, I mean, there's no. I do believe both things. I think this can be an emotional gut punch, but you can also still be excited the fact that the Rangers have a chance to go out Sunday night and even this series up and force a Game 7.
Yeah, no, I've existed in that place, and KG can tell you. And we'll have more of that conversation. There's plenty of time to talk more about this, but I don't want to leave our great callers waiting anymore because we have a lot of people who want to get involved with these Rangers extra innings.
Yeah, let's start with Adam in Fort Worth. Adam, you're on the Rangers extra innings here on 105 through the Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? First-time caller. Appreciate y'all taking my call.
Yo.
I would love to start off with the Adolis home run. I definitely don't think he was taunting the Astros in any way. He was, like Jared was saying earlier, just celebrating with his fans. And like y'all have said previously, he's a major spark plug and adrenaline shot for our team. And we were kind of cold, it seemed like, for a while. As the broadcast was saying, we were scoreless for 10 to 12 innings, something like, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but our bats just have gone cold recently. And so I felt like that was awesome to see him get the whole team fired up and everyone just juiced and going. But yeah, I mean, like Jared was just saying just a second ago, even it's for them to come back in the ninth and take it away from us. It was very similar to 2015. I hate to bring this year up, but even 2011 gut punch. I mean, man, dude, I wanted to see us beat Houston so bad, and yeah, it's not looking good right now. And I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to hear what y'all have to say, and have a great night. Hopefully we can force Game 7. Go Rangers.
Appreciate the phone call, Adam. Jared, I want to bring this to you because one of the things that Reg and I were discussing, obviously, as the situation is unfolding between Maldonado, Garcia, and the bench is clearing there, Dusty Baker gets tossed in that situation. And there was a while there with the entire delay itself. Did you notice or feel like there may have been a stall tactic by Dusty Baker, knowing that as long as that continued to go on, Leclerc is sitting there having to just wait until things start to get, cleared off? Did you notice that or feel any of that, or did you think that may have been a part of that as well there?
Yeah, so a few things. Dusty's smart. Dusty's been around. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, Dusty, I guess I'll say this. It would be unfair for me to say I know for sure, but what I do know is that Dusty knows with every passing second, it might not hurt Jose Leclerc, but it definitely doesn't help him, right? He knows that. He also now has Ryan Presley who has to come into the game, and Ryan Presley is going to get as much time as he needs because Brian Abreu was ejected, but I've heard a lot of managers and coaches talk about this. That whole you get as much time as you need, a lot of times guys don't get as much time as they actually should, or that they don't take as much time as they should, because it's one thing to warm up in a bullpen when the game's going on in front of you. It's another thing to warm up on the game mound when everyone is staring at you. And you feel, and, if it's another second extra to just help him maybe make sure he's familiar with the scouting report, whatever. There is no downside. You're down 4-2. There is zero downside in that situation. You're changing pitchers to taking as much time. And I'm not faulting Dusty Baker for that. If there is an issue with that, then that's on the umps to say, Dusty, get the heck out of here. We got a game to play. Right? Dusty's doing what he's got to do. I would hope Bruce Bochy would do something similar,
Sure.
right? You know, and you don't want to all of a sudden like go and like lay down and do the worm to where they're having a – but like Dusty's arguing. I'm not going to fault Dusty for that, but do I think he knew what he was doing? I absolutely think he knew what he was doing.
Understood. Let's continue our calls here on Rangers Extra Innings. Let's go to Derek. Derek, you're on Rangers Extra Innings on the home of the Rangers, 105 through the Fan.
Hey guys, thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
And Jared, thank you for your plea to the Rangers fans. Sitting there at the game today, it's kind of I can hear in your voice the dejection, but sitting there and seeing all the Astros fans over more today, it kind of sucks how they kind of took over. But I don't really think that the delay, it didn't help us, but my concern more is our execution with guys on third base, less than 2 outs. Twice tonight, we couldn't get the run in. I know in the 8th inning, Young struck out there. We could have got that third run. So we still had chances. That's kind of been a trend for us historically where we're not very good at it, and it's something that keeps faltering us when we need it. And then finally, did you think there was any kind of what did you think of Smith's running in the 9th inning? I thought he had a chance of going from first to third on the base hit for Pine, and then he didn't tag up on the Seager hit out the center, even though it kind of moot point, still could have put pressure on. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest. The way this works here in the postseason, we do, if the Rangers win, we do what's called a walk-off interview, not a walk-off win, but it's called a walk-off for the players who are walking off the field, and we do it live, and I go down on the field, and I do have some of a little bit of a view in the 9th inning when I'm down there in the tunnel, but I don't have the same view. There's not a monitor, so I'm listening to Eric and Matt, and I heard them say that Smith got a late start. I just with all the chaos of the way the game ended, I still have not gone back to watch that, so I didn't actually really get a good look at that. I don't have a great view of the field. My only guess on the tag-up situation is, let's say something were to happen and Dubon doesn't catch it and it drops at his feet. If you're tagging, you might not score if he gets it back in quickly. If you're not, if you're midway, you're scoring. And because there are 2 outs on the catch, you're still likely scoring from second anyway. Now, wild pitch, balk, infield hit, takes it away. I didn't see it. So I didn't see the read off the bat. I'm down there in the tunnel, and again, with all the chaos of everything, I'm racing up to get back and do postgame. I haven't had a great look at that. Typically in that situation, if the ball's hit to left center, Dubon's not going to throw him out. But if there was any thought that maybe he's not catching that, then, that's probably why. If he was camped underneath it and Smith had a chance to get back, then, you'd maybe like to take that chance. But the other thing, too, is if there's any hesitancy in Smith's mind, whether he can make it because he's got to dart back to second, touch the base, change direction, go to third, then, I understand the hesitancy there. I just haven't seen those plays in full enough to really comment, but you would have loved on a base hit to right field for Smith to go first to third, and maybe that does change the complexion of things.
I never thought I'd hear Jared Sandler go, I need to review the tape, but lo and behold.
Guys, I'm standing there, and, I'm not tall. It doesn't really matter, though, because I'm behind like 10 random people who are down there, and I'm listening, but I'm really not able to see a whole lot. I can see the batter. And the catcher through a small window, above shoulders of people, but I don't really see anything outside of that view.
Let's take one more call before we take our next break here. Let's go to Luis in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Luis, you're on Rangers Extra Innings here on your home of the Rangers, 105 through the Fan.
Thank you, guys. So first, I want to say that I appreciate your guys' job, what you guys do. It's amazing. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so secondly, you guys know how most of us, the fans, feel about everything that's been going on, since the game ended, all the emotions and all of that. Because you guys are Rangers fans and you guys understand that too. So, that last inning, Leclerc walks John Singleton, who hasn't had an at-bat in like 3 months. And then after Altuve homers, he gets very easy 3 outs. That was kind of frustrating to see. But, at the end of the day, we're Rangers fans. We want to see the team succeed. We got Game 6 and Game 7. Jared, what do you think this game brings for the Rangers? Do you think this is going to change the momentum of the team, that they're going to, build from this loss, or that they just dig their own grave? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I'd say this. There are 26 guys on the roster, and unfortunately, to some degree, it only matters, what one of those guys – I don't want to say it only matters what one of those guys does, but if one of those guys, one of those 26, isn't up for the task, then it doesn't matter really about the other 25 to some degree, and that's the starting pitcher. Now, I have full confidence in Nathan Eovaldi. He's going to go out there and give the team a great chance to win on Sunday night. But I guess my point is simply that, I think sometimes we put a little bit too much into how, collectively these guys are all individuals, and I think for some guys it might be deflating. For other guys, maybe it's not. I do think largely this team has had a number of deflating losses this year. It's unfortunately, the curse of the bullpen. They've gone through stretches where they've had deflating losses. I don't know how many times we've had a loss and it's like, gosh, how are they going to respond? But that's what they do. That's what these guys do. And maybe it helps that there's an off day tomorrow. Gives them a little more time to flush it out. Gives them a little more time to get it in their mind. Hey, we're not out of this. We just got to win 2 straight games. We've already done that this series. We've already beaten the Astros twice in a row in Houston. We've already beaten Framber Valdez. And you get to a Game 7, who the heck knows? All right, you get to a Game 7, who the heck knows? And that's all you want. I would sit here and tell you that the Astros have the better on-paper pitching matchup in Game 7, just because I think there's still some unknown with Max Scherzer. But who the heck knows? You get to Game 7, and you take your chances. Is this a demoralizing loss? Yeah, it is. But a part of these guys' jobs, and it's not easy, but it's a part of why these guys, whether it's the best team in the league or even the Oakland Athletics, these guys are so special, is their ability to flush this stuff out and show up the next day, or in the case of the Rangers and Astros, 2 days from now. And so I'll just go back to what I said. I think a lot of times we overstate how much a win positively impacts a team, and we overstate how much a loss negatively impacts. It's never as great as we think, and it's probably never as bad as we think either. And so if the Rangers go out and they look flat Sunday night, and they look out of it, then all right, maybe we look back and say, hey, yeah, maybe it just emotionally it took every last bit out of them. But if they go and put up a fight and lose, then they lost because they just lost to another really good team. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I think they've got the right guy on the mound. I think the saving grace here, if you want to pin the tail on the positive, something we used to do back in the day, you got Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. And I feel really good about that guy being ready to get the job done.
Agreed. Let's take our next break here on Rangers Extra Innings here on your home of the Rangers 105 through the fan. Unfortunately, the Rangers fall tonight in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series 5-4. Coming up next, more of your phone calls here on the home of the Rangers 105 through the fan.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. And a tip.
Evan Carter and Corey Seager put the Rangers up in the bottom of the sixth inning, 4-2. Just a tremendous moment that obviously had the crowd exploding inside of Globe Life Field. Rangers extra innings here on your home of the Rangers, 105 through the fan. Kevin Gray, Reginald Atatula of the Get Right, Jared Sandler joining us live from Globe Life Fields. We get ready to continue to take your phone calls here on your home of the Rangers, 105 through the fan. Jared, I just want to ask you about that moment real quick. Just the eruption of the crowd and that singular moment for Garcia being there and experiencing that, the feeling going through that entire place, I'm sure was just absolutely electric at that moment in time.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, you think about that home run being one that we talk about for years. You know, it had that sort of feel. And again, you know, it would be hypocritical for me to say that saved the season while also sitting here saying, hey, the Rangers aren't out of it. But, you know, that seemed like, you know, a game-changing and series-changing moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it's crazy to suggest that. You take a 2-run lead, you feel good about where you are. I know the bullpen didn't get the job done, but you felt good about where you were with the bullpen because, you know, you had enough runway now, Spores, Chapman, Leclerc to finish the job, and those three prior to tonight had been great this year, this postseason. And that was just, it was such a big moment, and you know, unfortunately, it's not going to be remembered in ways we thought it might be. But you know, you bottle up that moment in a vacuum and forget what happened after. Yeah, that was you know, that was the type of moment that you're at the game. Like I think about my nephew, my 13-year-old nephew's at the game. It's his first ever playoff game. I always think about things through the lens of like a kid as a fan, because I mean, how special are these moments for kids when they're, you know, fans, right? Before life gets in the way and you got responsibilities and, you know, you got to worry about your wife or your kids. Like when you're 13, 14, 15 years old, like this is the coolest thing ever. And I just always think about kids, and I just think about the kids in the ballpark tonight that they would be telling their friends and their kids and people for years. I was there when Adolis hit that home run.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add on top of that is something I felt like the Rangers have been really good at this postseason in particular, is that Garcia home run does not happen in a vacuum. You have Seager who doubles before Evan Carter moves him to third, and it feels like the Rangers have been really good at stacking base hits like that and creating opportunities to get chunks of runs and put crooked numbers up like that. And so those are the things that make me not completely dejected after a loss like that, because it feels like even in this loss, the Rangers still did so many of the good things that they're capable of.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they definitely, this was not this was not like yesterday, or even I know the game before was a little bit closer, but maybe it just didn't feel like it. This was a competitive game. This was not Astros coming to Globe Life Field and just running circles around the Rangers. There was some good there, and maybe you do get Marcus Semien going. I mean, he's had success against Framber Valdez, and he had a couple of hits against Framber when he last faced him, and maybe this gets him going. And again, I know it's not easy to win 2 games in a row, but it's also not like the craziest thing ever to win 2 games in a row. And if you get the job done Sunday, you go Monday night, and it's a coin flip. One break, like we talk about yesterday, and this wasn't the difference in the game, but yesterday one of the talking points was that stretch where Seager lines into the double play, and then Carter has the 108-mile-an-hour fly out to center, line out to center, and then next inning Adolis hit like the crap out of it, and it just went right to someone. Well, over the course of a season, that stuff in theory all evens out. But in one game, it doesn't have to. And it stinks when you're on the wrong side of that. But what happens if in Game 7, even if the odds seem to favor the Astros, let's just say, you get a couple breaks that go your way, you get a couple calls from the umps, whatever. I mean, like so many things can happen in a single game. And the Rangers are still just one game away from being in that position. Hopefully – I mean, it's crazy. No home teams won. So I guess the Rangers have road team advantage, or I don't know. Maybe they can get the job done in Houston and continue their run of success at Minute Maid.
One more thought before we continue to take our calls here, and thinking about the Garcia home run in context of what happened in the top of the 6th inning, what I thought could have been a series-saving play, Marcus Semien with the diving stop to get Pena to ground out with the bases loaded there. I felt like in that moment was a particular possible, game-changing moment there. And then you have the Garcia home run in the bottom of that inning there. It just felt like there was a confluence of circumstances and events there that felt like, okay, this was the moment that this team needed to be able to finally be able to start moving toward beating this team in their own ballpark. It felt like at that moment.
Yeah, Eric, I think Eric said, and I think we all agreed, we felt this way after that inning during the commercial break. If that ball gets through, then Astros win. If that ball didn't, Marcus Semien makes the play. And with where the Rangers were in their lineup coming up that next half inning, we all kind of agreed, hey, that's going to be a game-saving play right there. And then Adolis hits the 3-run home run, and you think, yeah, I mean that we're going to look back. That's when the game turned, and that's maybe when the series turned. It just unfortunately didn't play out that way, obviously.
Before we jump back into the phone calls, Jared, just because I've always wanted to be able to do this. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan. Hello, baby. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas Fort Worth.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Thank you for making a young man's dream come true.
The glee on Reginald Atatula's face when he had the opportunity to say that just now.
We cut that, get that.
yes, please. Yeah, please, be able to save that for Reggie as he keeps that as a audio memento for his career.
Yep. That's my new ringer, by the way.
Oh, wow.
When I get a text
You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
Yep.
Let's go back to the phone lines here, and let's go to Gabe. Caleb. I'm sorry. Let's go to Caleb. Caleb in San Antonio. You're on the Rangers Extra Innings show right here on 105 through the Fan.
I called it. I'm driving back down to Austin because I was with my fiance who goes to UT, and I had to stop for gas. And I told them, you know what? I bet as soon as I stop and get out to get the gas, they're going to say that I'm on. But, the big thing for me is that I'm a college student, so is my fiance. Hopefully it's a little bit quieter now that I just got back in the car. Sorry about that.
You're all good.
But, this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The last time that the Rangers were in this position, I was 9 years old. And it's, we lost. It sucks. But, I got to have an incredible experience surrounded by, so many thousands of people. And, there were ups, there were downs, of course, but it just felt like one of those games where someone had to lose, and it sucks that somebody had to lose, and unfortunately it was us. But, there's a lot of negativity going on about we should have done this, we should have done this, we shouldn't have had Adolis get ejected, we shouldn't have, Smith should have run, stuff like that. But really, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be for you, and sometimes it's going to be against you. And, overall, I mean, we're one of 4 teams that are left. It's really hard just to get here, much less to get past here.
Sure.
And I mean, against Houston, who I think before the last break, one of y'all said, they practically established residents in the ALCS. It's really, really hard to beat them. And so the fact that, we even won 2 games, nobody said that this was going to be easy. I'm sorry that my voice is kind of going a little bit. I screamed it all out at the stadium, but it was a fantastic game. And, everybody who's being negative is kind of discounting the fact that, it went down to the final pitch.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are the kind of baseball games that you love to watch. You hate to lose them, but if you just like baseball, then you love watching them.
Caleb,
so
we appreciate the call, man.
People just need to, yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it, Caleb.
Man, I mean, I think that the thing that hit me the most out of Caleb's call, and Jared, tell me if you agree, is just obviously one is that's how baseball go in some ways, but this definitely felt like a game where someone just had to lose. That very much, because it did not feel like the Rangers were particularly bad in any stretch. And it feels like a lot of the things we're talking about in a lot of ways can be nitpicking, the little things, because those are the margins when you get to postseason baseball and championship series.
And I think it was just the fact that it was that dude in that moment. Again, I'm talking about Jose Altuve being that guy in that moment.
Jared, you cannot imagine the words that were said.
Oh my gosh,
up here as we are watching Jose Altuve in particular do what he did.
And obviously there's a certain, for a lot of Rangers fans and baseball fans in general, a certain disdain for Jose Altuve, and for reasons that have been well chronicled and documented. And I'm not trying to, obviously put salt in the wound, but damn it, every time it seems like a moment for that team is needed to have someone come up big in it, here comes, 5'0" Jose Altuve in that moment. And unfortunately, again tonight, he delivers. I know, Jared, you're a baseball fan, and you obviously covering and cheer for this Texas Rangers team. But can you just speak to real quick, that moment, and for him to deliver yet again for this team in that way, and how it feels uncanny it is for him in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, KG, pardon me if I don't give a long.
No, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, he's. If I remove my allegiance, that guy's awesome. I mean, he is a Hall of Fame player. I don't know whether he gets in if the cheating scandal is held against him.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's, if it is, hey, the Astros got away with with way too much with that. They got slapped on the wrist for that, if we're being honest. So if all those guys don't get in the Hall of Fame, I'm not gonna lose a second of sleep over it. But he's a Hall of Fame caliber player, and he's honestly, if he played and I hate being one of these guys that says this, but if he played in New York, we would be talking about him as one of the most clutch players of all time.
Sure.
I mean, he's hit, I saw some ridiculous stats now, like 10 go-ahead home runs in the postseason or something in some short amount of time or what. I mean, he's just
9th inning or later.
Yeah. It seems like that. I don't know. But he's that guy. Yeah, 10 career go-ahead postseason home runs, most in Major League history.
Jared, was the roller coaster in the way that this thing ended, did that, just completely overshadow the outing that Jordan Montgomery had on the rubber?
Yeah, I mean, it did. Or, I mean, it does. I think you go back and look at the box score and you can remember that. But, yeah, I do think it overshadows it. Not it shouldn't, but, I mean, it does. It's just not one of the 5 things we're going to talk about after the game. And, unfortunately, Monty had a chance to get through 6. And I'm not going to fault Corey Seager on this. I mean, Corey's been nails at shortstop all year. I mean, he's a Gold Glove finalist for a reason. That was a tough short hop off the bat of Jose Abreu, but, it's a play that Corey has made a ton this year and almost was an inning-ending double play. Now, the Rangers didn't lose because that play wasn't made. The Rangers ended up taking a 4-2 lead and, all that stuff. But, that play's made, then Monty gets through 6, allowing just 1 run, and maybe we're telling a little bit of a different story. But I thought he was really good tonight. And again, let's not forget, this is an Astros team that crushes lefties. And that lefty made 2 starts against them in a 5 or 6 day span or whatever, and just dealt. I mean, he took a white-hot Astros lineup and cooled them off significantly. And it's just been really fun watching him pitch. I hope it's not the last time we watch him pitch, because it's been a lot of fun watching that guy compete.
Let's go to Gabe. Gabe and Tyler, you're on Rangers Extra Innings here on 105 through the Fan.
Okay, so lifelong Rangers fan right now, was at the game tonight, and I swear it's like every single year we just wait until when are we going to blow it? What's going to happen? Like tonight, Adolis gets that home run. I thought we had it. He gets hit. 25 minutes, I know we talked about that, and it just, all momentum went out the window. 2 things is walks are killing us. We cannot keep walking guys, especially first hitters coming up in the inning. Like, can't keep doing it. That besides the fact, like, Game 6, do we retaliate? Do we hit Alvarez? Do we hit another player? Are we doing that, or are we just going to try to win the game? I mean, what y'all's thoughts on it? I thought it was kind of Bush League, so to say, them hitting Adolis right there. It shouldn't have taken 3 minutes for us to, get to the next inning. And I'm not saying that lost the game, but definitely took some time, especially Leclerc sitting on the bench right there. Who knows what happens? But what's y'all's thoughts? Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate the call, Gabe.
Appreciate the call, Gabe.
Yeah, I think you retaliate by winning. If Game 6 gets out of hand and the Astros are up by a lot, then I could see something. But I think you retaliate by winning. I don't think you're hitting Yordan Alvarez first time he comes up. I think you try to win the game, and that's how you retaliate. At the end of the day, the last laugh is going to be is going to come from the guys who are celebrating by winning the 4th game or winning 4 games in this series. So I don't think there's going to. And the other thing too is the umps are going to be on high alert, and there's a really good chance that if you retaliate, you're tossed right away.
Mm-hmm.
It happened tonight. So I could see it if the game gets out of hand, but otherwise, no.
Now, Jared, before we move on, the idea of walks, because that did happen down the stretch in particular, what can be done to try and, because, I mean, obviously there's some guys that you want to be very careful and delicate around in that lineup.
Like, you're talking about Altuve and Yordan, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of walks in this one. Yeah, I mean, one of those, Singleton is included.
Yeah, the first part of that's, the call is right. I mean, the way to help protect yourself in those spots is by giving yourself a little bit of leeway. Even if you give up the home run to Altuve with no one on, it's a 4-3 game. And so Yainer Diaz earned his way on with a single. So hats off to him with that. But yeah, you don't want to walk John Singleton. John Singleton's in there to tie the game. So I know John Singleton isn't really a known commodity to folks. Maybe people who were fans 10 years ago or 7 years ago, they remember he got this big contract before he did anything, and then he had some substance issues. It's kind of the cool stories back in the league, but he is I'm going to hit a home run or I'm probably going to strike out guy. And so, you don't want to just serve it up to John Singleton, but that's also a guy that you don't want to walk. And, that you walk John Singleton, now you put Jose Altuve up as the go-ahead run. And so that's what you do. If there's a runner at second and 2 outs in a situation, Yordan's up, you can walk him, right? But, the best way to deal with it, I remember, I'll go back to 2011. Miguel Cabrera was on the Tigers, and Miguel Cabrera was a super stud. This is prime Miguel Cabrera. He was on the verge, I think, 1 or 2 years away from winning the Triple Crown, but he was unbelievable. And you didn't look at the Tigers lineup like this guy's batting first, this guy's batting second, this guy's batting third. It was where you were in reference to Miguel Cabrera. Oh, you're Victor Martinez. You're 8 batters in front of Miguel Cabrera. Andy Dirks, you're 4 batters in front of and it was all about how many guys were on when Miguel Cabrera hit, and could you get the guy right in front of him out to end the inning. And so you want Jose Altuve. Your best bet is just to face those guys with nobody on base. and take your chances. But walking guys in front of them, that's when you're going to get in trouble. It happened last night, and it happened again tonight in the 9th inning.
Let's take one more call before we take our next break here. Big Surge. Is that Big Surge in Enos there? You're on 105 through the Fan.
G, what up, Reg?
Yo, what's happening?
What's going on?
What up? Big Swallow. Hey, so just a few things, man. I'm bummed out. It hurts. There's a few things that we can go through though. Of course, everybody was hyped when Bombi hit the bomb, and then it sucked when Leclerc gave up his bomb. But I mean, you can't walk somebody that didn't even want to swing the bat in Singleton. And only thing I can hang my hat on is no home team has won, so we're gonna go over there and break their hearts in Houston the same way they did to us. So it's all good. Let's go Rangers. Let's go, baby.
Appreciate the phone call,
man. Jared, what are you hanging in your hat on going into Game 6 on Sunday?
You got Nathan Eovaldi. I feel really good about Nathan. He might get the job done. He might not. I don't know, but I feel really good about it. I'll go down swinging with that guy, right? This is a game. It's not war, but proverbially speaking, I'll go to war with that guy. I feel really good about that. So I hang my hat on that. What Serge said. It's not like the Astros have played well at home, but I don't know. All it takes is one game for them to play well, and this series is over. But maybe this did fire the Rangers up. Maybe the way this went down, even though they lost, the emotions of it. Who knows? Maybe they come out charging on Sunday night, and now they're putting pressure on the Astros. The one thing I'll say is, and people have asked a lot, how can you explain how the Astros are so good on the road? And it's not just here. I mean, they've been dominant here, but they were an unreal road team. They won 51 games on the road. They were 21 over on the road. How can you explain it and all this stuff? The only thing I can say, other than it's just kind of random, is that, well, they get a hit first. And when you score first, you win more often than you lose. And they've got a really, really good top of the order. And this team, the Rangers, have a really good top of the order. They need to, get things going there. But maybe they can set the tone on Sunday and do it again on Monday, get on the board first and put the pressure on the Astros. If they do that, then, who knows what happens.
What I'm trying to hang my hat on is obviously this bullpen kind of got exposed a little bit through this 3-game home stand portion of the series. Having a day off, having an opportunity to rest some arms. Obviously, Eovaldi should give you a good quality start, and then having a little bit of rest in that bullpen, so hopefully they're not exposed to as much pressure in Game 6. Can hopefully give you an opportunity to get the Astros out, get 27 in those.
Let's do it.
Jared, your final thoughts here before we let you go on this evening as we get and turn the page now to Game 6 on Sunday with Nathan Eovaldi taking the mound for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, two things can be true here. One, tonight sucks. Two, it's awesome that the Rangers are in the ALCS and they're not out. They still have a chance, and let's get fired up for Sunday. Like I said earlier, let's enjoy college football Saturday tomorrow, a day to flush this out. And then I hope Rangers fans are fired up on Sunday because you win Sunday, Game 6, it sets up a Game 7. I mean, again, this team's been here 3 times in over 50 years of existence. Let's not act like getting to the ALCS is just something to scoff at. And they're here. And whether you think they're done or not, what are you going to do? They're still playing the game Sunday night, so you may as well get ready and have a lot of fun and enjoy the crap out of this. So that's what I'm going to do, and I hope people are able to do that as well. And, again, Rangers-Astros, this is a rivalry. Let's not back out of a rivalry. Let's go have fun Sunday night. If the Rangers lose, they lose. But if not, this thing gets interesting, and hopefully people have fun watching the game Sunday night.
Yeah, man, I asked for 7 of these, and I'm going to get all 7
Same.
personally.
Yeah, let's do it.
You got to go get some rest and then travel safe, my man.
Same.
Sounds good, fellas. Take care.
Appreciate it, Jared. There he goes. Texas Rangers insider, play-by-play man Jared Sandler, good enough to hang out with us here on an extended Ranger Extra Innings.
It felt like the right thing to do.
No, for sure. Coming up next here on 105 Through the Fan, it's the Get Right Reggie KG here on 105 Through the Fan. We'll finish up a few more of your phone calls on a tough night for the Texas Rangers.
Maybe get some of that Adolis audio because his post-game audio, I'm very intrigued on what he had to say after the game.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the Rangers unfortunately falling 5-4 in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. The Get Right with Reggie KG coming up next on your home of the Rangers, 105 through the Fan.
If you're looking to buy a brand new car, maybe you need to buy a brand new car. I used to say my family bought not
on Twitter. Unfortunately, a very difficult night at Globe Life Field as the Rangers fall 5-4 in Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. The devastating blow, a 3-run home run by Jose Altuve in the top of the 9th inning, allows the Astros to hang on. Ryan Presley shuts it down in the 9th inning, and now the Rangers head back to Houston and Minute Maid Park down 3-2 with Game 6 on Sunday evening. Nathan Eovaldi will take the mound for the good guys.
Against Framber Valdez.
Yes.
Right? Like, Framber Valdez did not look to be the good Framber Valdez that has been in the history, which, I mean, if you were looking for another thing to hang your hat on. I think I was looking at the tail of the tape in this pitching matchup, and you have Nathan Eovaldi, whose ERA is a 2.29 in this postseason, and Framber Valdez, whose ERA is 11.57.
And, of course, got rocked in Game 2, and the Rangers were able to chase him very early in Game number 2. As we get you ready for Game 6, we'll discuss what we feel like is going to happen in Game number 6. But right now, we're going to finish up the last of our phone calls here on 105 through the Fan. We know that a few of you have been waiting patiently. We want to make sure we get to your phone calls here before we end those for the night. And we go to our guy, Kenny and Quinlan. Kenny, what's going on? What's going on?
Gentlemen, in the old days, when Mickey Mantle came to the plate, or Roger Maris in 61, or, Willie Mays, what would a coach do? Altuve's dangerous. The way to get him out of the game is to walk him. Walk him and you take away his power. Okay? You walk him. Now, you don't walk him if you got the bases loaded, but if you get him a walk and he's on base, you have a chance of turning the double play and getting him out anyway. But you take him out of the game. Bruce Bochy, if you're listening, walk Altuve. Walk him every chance you get. And maybe you distract him. Maybe get him upset. Maybe he gets off his game. He loses his offense, out in the field, or his defense, rather. But for sure, he'll lose his offense. So, like in the ninth inning, you should have walked him. You should have definitely walked him. I've been a Ranger fan since 1972 when they came from Washington. They were the Washington Senators. And Ted Williams, was the coach. Of course, he lost his head over that job. But that's what you do with Altuve. I've been a fan. I'm 69 years old. I've been a fan since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. And, that's how they took care of these big hitters. Because, Altuve's this dangerous guy. And when you put him in those situations where it's game-winning playoffs, this guy's going to come through 90% of the time. So you got to take away his power. But even being a fan so long, I only know 2 things. I know a little bit about baseball, a little bit about football, and I know that Bruce Bochy, before that Game 6, you better get that squad some frozen margaritas with that shot of
rock and roll tequila
so that we can win this game and get them boys relaxed. So let's go, Rangers. We're not out of it, but you got to be on your best because all it takes is one more game and you're gone. But these guys weren't predicted to even be this far. So we're pretty lucky, but I sure would like to see them follow it through. So let's go, Rangers, and let's go, man. We got to do it. Thanks for my call, guys.
You got it. Appreciate it, Kenny.
The tough thing about that situation and the idea of walking Altuve there, it's runners on first and second, no outs. And so you walk Altuve, you've walked him loaded, and now you have, thankfully, Mauricio Dubon was batting second, but let's say everything's going great and you strike him out. Now you have Alex Bregman up with 1 out and the base is loaded.
Yeah.
And he's already homered on the night in that situation.
Yeah. It's a lineup that is continuously relentless regardless of who is in the lineup. As we finish up the last of our phone calls here, let's go to Mo in Dallas. You're on the Get Right with Reggie KG here on 105 through the Fan.
Hey guys, how are you?
Man, could be doing better.
Doing all right.
Okay, well, I'm a Mets fan originally, but I came down here and I love the Rangers. And I just got to say, I don't know how much Seager and Simeon make to make 2 errors. You got 2 hands, use them. And if you have a ball coming to you, you put your body in front of that ball so it doesn't become a double. Okay? We had made bad plays, and I didn't like it. And Altuve, I call him Midget Man, so we got to kind of beat his butt in Midget Maid Park, okay?
Appreciate the phone call, Mo. Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care.
There he goes. Appreciate the phone call there. Let's finish up with Ryan. Ryan in Fort Worth. You're on the Get Right with Reggie KG here on 105 through the Fan.
Thanks. Yeah. I've been listening to y'all for a while, and I heard about 20 minutes ago, I think Jared was talking about his nephew, seeing him there, see the atmosphere of the Rangers game. I remember going back to the ALCS versus the Yankees with my dad and seeing Natali Feliz strike out Alex Rodriguez, and then we went to the World Series. So it felt like that a little bit tonight. But I haven't heard, is Adolis and Baker, are they suspended for the next game since they were both tossed out today? I haven't heard anything about that. Thank you.
Appreciate the phone call, Ryan. Have not seen anything with respect to any updates on possible suspensions for Game 6, whether it be for Abreu, Garcia, or Dusty Baker. So we'll follow up on that as the night goes on, but I have not seen anything initially with respect to any of that. And I'm sure Major League Baseball will take the time to review the entire situation before making any kind of announcement or determination on that. But I have not seen anything to that effect just yet.
No, I haven't either, but that's a great question. I'm actually going to see if I can track it down at this point, just to make sure that we help y'all out with that answer.
Appreciate all of you who chimed in on Rangers Extra Innings and here on the Get Right with Reggie KG as far as your phone calls are concerned. A difficult night for Texas Rangers fans who were at Globe Life Field looking to cheer this team on to possibly a win to put them up 3-2 in this series. Unfortunately, it did not happen tonight. They look to pick themselves up going into game number 6, which is where we start to turn our attention to as we put a bow on what happened tonight at Globe Life Field. There was a lot of momentum-changing plays.
All right.
You see what I did there?
You're a jerk.
But at the same time, there were two seminal moments for the Rangers in the 6th inning that I thought, for me personally, was going to help catapult them for the rest of that game. And that was, of course, Marcus Semion's diving stop to be able to end the top of the 6th inning, and then Garcia's 3-run home run. It felt like those two combined moments there were going to be enough to propel this Rangers team after getting a good start from Jordan Montgomery and then being able to get those runs that they needed. I thought that was going to be the changing two changing plays of the game. Unfortunately, that did not turn out to be the case because Jose Altuve had more things to say about that later on in the game, of course.
Yeah, man. One of the things that stuck out to me was, and maybe this is just like our own propensities to want to be right and to, kind of proclaim ourselves right. But the thing that I was concerned about from yesterday's game was the idea that you really went and you weakened your pitching, or your bullpen in particular, right? You had
exposed, yeah.
That bullpen exposed because you had a lot of guys pitch. Now, honestly, are those the guys that Bruce Bochy feels comfortable throwing out there? Because one thing that we understand through him having to go through a 162-game season and get to know this bullpen, it became very apparent, whether he would admit it or not, that there are some guys that he trusts, that he's willing to put that out there in, real winning time situations. And there's some guys that he very clearly did not want to go to. It felt like a lot of the guys that he went to in game 4, when this thing was kind of out of hand, were guys that he probably would not go to in situations where you really need to. But, after you have Leclerc or first of all, you put Aroldis Chapman in there and he has a short hook because he is trusted, but to a point. Then Leclerc has to come out and you're asking for another 4-out save situation. Then you end up with him having to have that extended time where he's waiting. He comes back up and it starts looking shaky. And the thing that me and you are having a conversation about in this very room at that moment is, who else you got to go to?
Sure.
Because this bullpen has been depleted in some ways, an already shallow bullpen. And so that's the thing that was concerning. And it felt like, I don't know if it's self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever you want to term it as. But that was the thing that felt like, damn, there's the thing that I was concerned about. Hopefully having a day off, getting a chance to now go into game 6, you will have, a fresher bullpen, obviously knowing that the bullpen is a little bit scary to begin with. And then you have a pitcher that is going to start that you feel comfortable giving you a quality start. You feel very confident that Nathan Eovaldi is going to give you what you need to make it so that you don't have to use a ton of your bullpen. And if he's doing that, all you need is the run support. And it seems like your baseball team offensively can do that. And so if you can do that, you have the means to get a win against this Houston Astros team that, again, in this game was also still gettable, but for some heroics that came through.
And an odd moment that turned contentious for this game in the bottom of the 8th inning. This moment here is going to be talked about for quite a while.
Adolis in each of the last 4 games has a hit and an RBI. Now 11 RBIs for the postseason, and the pitch hit him. Adolis starts jawing at Maldonado, and here come the benches as Adolis and Maldonado are separated by the home plate umpire, and there are players streaming from both sides. The bullpens are emptying right now, and as we look down there, I don't see any punches currently being thrown, but people are restraining the combatants, Adolis Garcia and Martin Maldonado.
Of course, that's the Hall of Famer Eric Nadel on the call here. And that's a moment that you look back on in this particular game, and you have to think, in that case, look, whether you feel like Abreu purposely hit Garcia after, let's call it for what it is, my man pimped out that 3-run home run, and
it was fun too.
And it was really fun. And,
incredible moment. And it really does stink that that's going to get kind of thrown underneath whatever. I don't know what the right term is, but that one's going to kind of be forgotten after this game because incredible moment for him.
And you start to think about there in that situation. Look, it's 4-2. Texas is up 4-2. Evan Carter had already walked. You hit Garcia in that moment. You've got runners on first and second now with nobody out. Again, whether you felt like Abreu hit Garcia on purpose or not, I have a hard time believing, and again, I know the history between these two teams. From a logical standpoint, it does not make any sense in the world for Abreu to hit Garcia on purpose and then have runners on first and second with no one out, knowing what's coming behind him in that particular case. Now, Garcia gets thrown out of the game after the situation. You have Abreu thrown out, Garcia gets thrown out, and Dusty Baker gets tossed as well.
Yeah.
Which is another part of that moment is Dusty Baker clearly knew what he was doing, I felt like, because he was jawing with the umpires for quite a while and would not take himself to the showers the way that he needed to after he was tossed. That moment there would turn out to be, a 25-minute delay between the time that Garcia got hit to the time that play was resumed, because you had to bring in Presley in from the bullpen for the Astros there. That's a moment that I think a lot of folks will be talking about for quite some time, and what that moment eventually played out to be, given the circumstances that wound up taking place after that particular moment there.
Okay, I really want to hear from Adolis Garcia here. If we have an opportunity to get it. Do we have that ready? Okay, Chris, because Adolis talks after the game, and I do want to hear what he had to say about that.
Adolis, what did you tell Martin Maldonado after they hit you? It seemed like you thought they hit you on purpose.
Creo que la intención no sé cuál fue. Sentí que, ¿sabes? Que me pudo haber, ese bolazo pudo haber sido peor, y nada más reaccioné y le dije que eso no estaba bien, que en esta situación que estamos jugando, que eso no está bien.
I just reacted to the ball that came towards me. It was something that in that situation, he could have hurt me, he could have injured me, and it's something that I just let him know, that shouldn't happen there.
We'll go to Evan up front, guys.
Adolis, you and Maldonado have talked before. Was any of that a factor in that moment because you turned to him instead of the pitcher who had thrown the ball?
No, creo que pensé, ¿no? Que, ¿sabes? Como te dije, reaccioné por el bolazo, no estaba pensando bien en ese momento y decidí dirigirme a él.
Yeah, it was just the heat of the moment. I just reacted to being hit by the pitch. I just reacted towards him as soon as I felt the hit, but it was just a thing that happened in that instance.
Any questions for Adolis? We'll go up front here.
Do you regret the way you reacted, considering how it played out for your team after the fact?
¿Sientes que como que tienes un poco te sientes mal porque cómo reaccionaste por luego lo que sucedió al equipo?
Yo creo que estamos enfocados todos en la victoria, queremos ganar, no importa lo que pase o lo que haya pasado, queremos ganar y siempre me voy a sentir mal si perdemos un juego.
I think we're always focused on winning, no matter what happens in what situation. I think at that moment, I mean, I want to win. I want the team to win, so I would obviously feel bad.
Go to the back right.
Adolis, why did they tell you you were ejected from the game?
No sé, quizás ha sido por la reacción mía que en el momento, pero en verdad no sé qué puedo traer con, ¿sabes?, esa consecuencia.
I don't really know. It could have been something, probably, maybe, based on my reaction to what happened, but I really don't know.
Okay, that is Adolis Garcia talking post-game about the incident with Maldonado and Abreu after he was hit by that pitch. Of course, after hitting a 3-run home run that gave the Rangers a 4-2 lead there. I just felt like in that moment for Garcia, look, there's obvious history there between those two, and he reacted in the heat of the moment, which he described there. Could have he reacted differently in that moment? Sure, he could have. But understandably, there's a rivalry there, a deep-seated one, and he reacted accordingly based on what he thought was happening in that moment. Again, that subject will be up for debate for quite some time there. Rangers fall 5-4 to the Houston Astros. More on this game throughout the course of the shows. We're with you until midnight tonight here on your home of the Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. Coming up next here on the Get Right with Reggie KG. Let's get you going around the National Football League.
There we go.
Get you caught up on the latest news and notes here in and around the NFL. We do it next on 105.3 The Fan.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you're looking to get an incredible deal on a diamond, I can tell you firsthand to go to the Diamond Factory. They are the only jewelry showroom with an on-site diamond cutting factory in the U.S. Exquisite diamonds, both natural and lab-grown. No pressure environment with true gemologists and experts to help you choose the best piece for your budget. Eliminate the middleman and save money. The Diamond Factory near the Galleria, or shop online at thediamondfactory.com.
Nothing turns game day into a great day like stocking up at Specs and cheering on the Cowboys. As a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys, Specs has everything you need to turn your pregame party into a full-on football feast. With lower prices on a stadium-sized selection of world-class wines, spirits, beers, seltzers, and gourmet foods, Specs is your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Cowboy up at Specs. The fun starts here.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of two. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders when you need to change tasks in a hurry. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Our fan interview replays are proudly presented by Ciroc Vodka.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
There's so much to love about the fall, especially the return of Window Nation's best offer of the year. Get 2 windows free for every 2 you buy, plus put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest for 2 years. Call 866-90Nation or online at windownation.com.
Celebrate your home team with gear from Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shop in store or online at academy.com for officially licensed team gear from Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. Have fun out there.
RJ Choppy here for Boomer Jacks. Who loves football? That's right, me too. And Boomer Jacks is the best place to catch all the college and pro football action. And it's not just for weekends. Any day of the week is a great time to head for Boomer Jacks. You also got baseball playoffs coming up, wall-to-wall TVs, ice cold beer, drink specials starting at just $3 all day, every day. It's the best happy hour in DFW, the best place to watch your favorite team. 16 DFW Boomer Jacks locations. Find yours online, boomerjacks.com.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still...
to the his practice time off of the IR, correct?
Yes. Now here's cut 28. Here is the reason why my favorite NFL correspondent.
Oh, here he goes.
Ian Rappaport. Not only is Kyler Murray going to be playing this season, but here is the reason why.
For this staff in the evaluation process of like, where do we go from here? Is Kyler Murray our starting quarterback for the next 10 years, or is he someone maybe we could use as a trade option if they, there's obviously a possibility they have a top 5 draft pick in this coming draft. What do they do with it, right? So seeing Kyler on the field, in their offense, in their scheme, working with the coaches, in games, this is all important. There is an evaluation process here. So I do believe that Kyler Murray is going to play plenty this season.
It's amazing that we've gotten to a place where we're looking at Kyler Murray as a possible trade asset, and he needs to play out there in order to figure out whether or not he is going to be sticking around there as their franchise guy.
It's interesting that Rappaport kind of frames that as they're going to see if, he's their quarterback for their forever quarterback in these games once he comes back off an injury. Did you get the impression that they still wanted to make that decision, or did it seem like they felt like they knew exactly how they wanted to go with this, or at least the way that they are comporting themselves? It feels to me personally like they are prepared to try and get a quarterback and then move on from Kyler Murray.
That's what it kind of feels like. And if that's the case, Jonathan Gannon, good luck with that, because I don't know how he survives more than 1 year at this job. Because it felt like he is the sacrificial lamb as head coach so that they can get to, race to the bottom as quickly as they can to possibly get Caleb Williams. But Chicago is, doing a really good job of doing that themselves at this point. Because I believe as of right now, do you know who holds the top 2 picks in the 2024's NFL's annual selection meeting?
It's the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Bears via the Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So if anybody's going to be evaluating anything, it's Chicago, and whether or not Justin Fields is going to stick around there. Although Caleb Williams didn't give a lot of confidence to people after how he played against Notre Dame this past weekend. You're right, 682. $67 million guaranteed for Kyler Murray. Good luck with that, Arizona.
This league is very stupid. Nobody learns their lessons. Nobody learns their lessons.
Speaking of not learning your lesson, did you watch that gross football game last night between Jacksonville and New Orleans? The look on your face says hell no.
I plead the fifth.
It's okay. You can answer truthfully.
It was on one of the TVs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you saw that sicko red zone offense that was the New Orleans Saints last night? Derek Carr?
I tried to look away as much as I could. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I remember.
What did your eyes tell you that you saw from that horrendous red zone offense that is the New Orleans Saints right now?
I don't know why they keep letting Pete Carmichael do this.
He is still their offensive coordinator.
They really did. It was just like Sean Payton is gone, slide everybody down a chair, and we are rocking with this as if nothing ever happened.
Oh man, they were crushing Derek Carr last night,
bro.
Oh man,
some of it feels fair, but also some of it feels like I don't know what you're supposed to do in a Pete Carmichael offense. The way that it's looking.
I bring this up because Dennis Allen says he's frustrated that quarterback Derek Carr and the wide receivers haven't been able to get on the same page near the midpoint of the season, as miscommunication issues have been a focal point of the Saints' losses, of course, to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course last Sunday against the Houston Texans. Look, man, I don't know how they fix that, but Allen's saying, quote, "This is probably one of the things that I'm most frustrated about. It's just that's part of that inconsistency. Somehow, some way, we have got to get those guys on the same page. There's a lot that goes into that. And they've got good receivers here."
Well, you say that, and I'm about to bring up the fact they had 4 shots to try and tie this game at the end, and couldn't nobody bring it in?
Nobody.
So, I don't know exactly what. You know what it might be? The ghosts of the Aints trying to hit back. That's all that is.
You see Bomani Jones tweet out a paper bag?
Of course he did. Look, he may no longer technically be an Atlanta Falcons fan.
That's right.
He is always going to be a Saints hater.
Every time, dunk on the Saints. By the way, y'all thought the Cowboys' red zone issues were bad.
Why are you bringing them into this?
Because
we didn't have to talk about them at all right now.
Well, okay. It is what it is. Saints were 0-3 in the red zone last week against the Texans, and those problems continued, of course, on Thursday night.
Wait. Am I hearing you say that Pete Carmichael and Mike McCarthy doing the Spider-Man meme? Is that what you're saying?
If the shoe fits.
Okay. All right.
If the shoe.
Sounds like we need to go to break. That's what it sounds like.
That's a trip around the NFL. By the way, shout out to Deshaun Watson real quick. He practiced fully, but still questionable.
Wait, who?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What's going on there?
That's a great question. Because everything that I was going to say, I was just like, don't want to say that.
Good job.
Don't want to say that.
I got you.
What is the issue? What is happening?
It's the Cleveland Browns. Speaking of the NFL, bold predictions for Week 7 of the National Football League. Here's one you don't have to worry about. Cowboys losing because they don't play this weekend.
Yay?
Next on the Get Right.
If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. Even though that's an old adage, it's still very true today. And it's especially true of your old 401k. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, asking you to get that old 401k in sight and out of the company you no longer work for. But don't roll it into your new 401k. That could be one of the worst things you do. Of course that's easy. But when has the easiest way ever been the best way? Instead, call Trajan Wealth and learn about all of your options, including a way.
An ALCS Game 6 pregame super show. That will begin at 3:15 and will run until 6:30 when we lead you into the official Rangers pregame show, which will begin at 6:30 and lead you to first pitch. As Reg mentioned, Nathan Eovaldi going to be taking the mound for the good guys to try and, yes, stave off elimination to try and prevent the Astros from getting back to the World Series where they're looking to defend their championship. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Phillies are trying to put the Arizona Diamondbacks on the brink of elimination. They are up 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning right now, as Kyle Schwarber has put on a show once again with another home run for the Philadelphia Phillies in this game. So Philadelphia trying to get back to the World Series themselves after losing last year to the Astros again, 5-3. That game can be seen on TBS right now as the Phillies look to put the Diamondbacks on the brink of elimination. More on the Rangers and the Astros as we're with you until midnight tonight here on the Get Right. But
don't go over to no TBS. We'll keep you update.
Well, you know they can watch and listen to us.
Don't even worry about that.
No,
stay here.
Are you on them to watch on Twitch?
Yeah, I'm selfish. All here.
Twitch on twitch.tv/AlexFan. Came in on YouTube as well.
That's right.
Where you can catch us live there. But let's get you ready for week number 7. Hardly, we're about to be 7 weeks into the NFL season. Cowboys, they're off this week.
Bye week.
On their bye week.
Very good.
They'll get to sit at home and watch the rest of the NFL just like us.
They need to get in them playbooks and figure some stuff out.
No, they probably need to take a mental break for a day or two to kind of, get some things figured out and then get back into the,
Well, look, bold prediction, the Cowboys will not lose. Go ahead and text in or let us know your bold predictions for Week 7 in the National Football League.
All right.
Of course, as this goes, has become our Friday staple. We are going to borrow predictions from CBS Sports and from NFL and probably give our own predictions, which we probably should do,
By the way, the Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Jets, Panthers, and Texans all on their bye week this week.
There's a lot of annoying football that will be avoided thanks to that. Right?
You were good until, we forgot about Monday night's matchup.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're annoying you're avoiding all the annoying football, but not having to watch the Tennessee Titans has got to be a help.
Yeah, that does help. That does help.
I mean, look, the Panthers, we know where they are in this development curve, but
bad.
Sure. But not having to see Bryce Young scramble and struggle for his life. That'll be good.
By the way, they're turning over the play calling to Thomas Brown out there in Carolina. He's gonna take over as their play caller. Frank Reich said, "I'm done with this."
Oh, they should have been done that. Anyways, let's talk about bold predictions.
Let's do it.
Let us know what your bold predictions are for Week 7. But we begin by talking about a bold prediction that comes from CBS Sports, Garrett Pottle, and he's talking about Chargers-Chiefs, in which he pontificates that the Los Angeles Chargers,
good word, I like that,
will become the first team to score more than 21 points on the Chiefs in 2023. Did you realize that no team had scored more than 21 points on the Chiefs this year?
Defense has been good.
Yeah, it's kind of something that I think we've neglected because we look over there and we go, best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. It's the offense, but understanding that, the weapons haven't been there or particularly light with this Chiefs team, the defense has done a little bit more of the lifting here. And I don't know how much we've fully acknowledged it. We probably need to. Except here come the Chargers with, the Kellen Moore offense, and particularly with Justin Herbert's capabilities and all of the Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen and all those, Palmer, I believe is Jordan Palmer. I always forget his first name when I want to go to say
Josh Palmer.
Josh, there it is. So they definitely have the opportunity to do some interesting things against the Chiefs defense. Do you believe that more than 21 points for the first time against the Chiefs this year is a possibility for the Chargers?
I'm going to say yes. I do think that happens. Now, you have to refresh my memory, but these two teams usually play some pretty entertaining football games. In fact, the Chargers, have played pretty well against Kansas City, over the last, few years. So, I mean, the Chargers are always going to Charger, but if memory serves me correctly here, Justin Herbert, has won a game, he's played well against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, yeah. Last year they had a couple of games that were both within 3, both of them Chiefs wins. But 30-27 in November and 27-24 in September. So, I mean, that's just last year if we're talking about these two teams. So,
the Chiefs have won 3 straight games against the Chargers as part of their AFC West dominance. So,
well, one of the reasons why I like this bold prediction is that it's not bold enough to assume that the Chargers win. It's just like the Chiefs will put up a whole bunch of points. All right, cool. I'm willing to hear that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The Chiefs had to go get McCole Hardman back. Like, things are so bad in their wide receiver course. Like, hey, man, can we get the band back together a little bit?
They're like, at least can we get a fast guy back?
Fast guy?
Yeah. He's not Tyreek Hill, but come on.
He's definitely fast. He can do that. I'm going to go with that bold prediction. I think the Chargers score over 20 points over 21 points against the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. Can I throw out a bold prediction of my own?
Oh, please do.
It kind of goes along the lines of what the 903 is talking about. The Dolphins blow out the Eagles by 4 touchdowns. I'm not going that bold. I do think both of these teams combine for over 80 points in this game.
Oh, so you like the Eagles offense here?
Yeah. I think both of these teams are going to be putting up a bunch of touchdowns in this game.
Interesting. I'm intrigued to see what this Eagles offense looks like in this game because the Eagles offense, it feels like they've been looking for answers.
And by combine, I mean that the Dolphins are going to win 60-20.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah. And also the Eagles defense, the spine of the defense has been a little shaky.
Yes.
No, I could see an explosion of points. The Eagles feel like they have not been as great at pushing the button. And what I say by that is like, hey, we found the thing that works. We're just going to beat you over the head with it.
Well, you know what's going on there.
That they had previously done with like Shane Steichen and them.
Yeah, you know what's going on there.
What's that?
Quarterbacks turn over the football. Jalen Hurts leads the NFC right now in interceptions.
And I think some of that is they've been doing things that are a little more uncomfortable compared to years past where they've been like, oh, this is the comfort zone. Hit the button.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Maybe push that tush more.
Just go ahead and write that down.
No.
Clip that up for me. Appreciate you. Some other bold predictions as I'm continuing to see if we get any more predictions coming in on the Twitch, YouTube, or text line. Again, text line 877-881-1053 if you want to get involved on the program as we're giving bold predictions for Week 7 in the National Football League. This one comes from Matt Okada of NFL.com, who says that Tyreek Hill obviously is having a whole bunch of yards, and he has 814 yards thus far total, 186 yards away from 1,000 on the season. And he says that Tyreek is going to go ahead and finish up that 1,000 in Week 7. 186 yards this week against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Book it.
You want it?
Book it.
You with it?
He going to go for 220 on
Oh,
him.
You're talking crazy.
Is Slade playing for them this weekend? Let me check the injury report for that game, man. Let me see here because I know Slade been dealing with a little bit of injury for them. Let me check that here. Yeah, Tyreek Hill can go for 220 on them. Let's see. As the computer doesn't want to. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Eagles. Yep, live. Bringing up the injury report. Eagles injuries. Let's see here. Oh, Bradley Roby out. He's got a shoulder injury. Okay, so maybe they're okay there, but yeah, who cares? He's going for 220.
You still want? He's like, I had a reason, and the reason went away, and it don't matter. It's Tyreek Hill.
That's right. That's how damn good Tyreek Hill is. Book it. Book it.
Here we go from the 214 bold prediction. The Cardinals will beat the Seahawks. Seahawks 7.5-point favorites at home. I'm not sure how I feel about it because the Cardinals have played tough, even though they are only 1-5. Don't talk to me about the one time they won. I don't want to do that again. It's a bye week. Leave me alone. But they have played teams tough all the way through this, and the Seahawks are one of those teams that if they're not playing at the height, they are gettable, right? Like if they're playing on schedule with all these things, this is a good Seahawks team, but I could see it happening. I'm just not willing to call my shot there.
Yeah, Seahawks are a better football team. I'm willing to take the Seahawks there.
Okay.
Arizona's trying to race to the bottom here, man. Like they're going to play competitive football and still, be a horrendous football team. Now maybe they start to win some games when Kyler Murray comes back. I doubt it. When him and Budda Baker come back, but no, I doubt it. By the way, shout out to the Diamondbacks who've tied it in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Oh, fun postseason baseball happened.
Yeah, man.
How about this as we talk about bowl predictions for Week 7? Jordan Love.
Okay.
Of the Green Bay Packers. Been a little bit of a funk, hasn't looked all that great. We're still trying to figure out what kind of starting quarterback he is, or if he is indeed.
If he's good or not.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love is supposedly set to snap out of a funk following the bye week, obviously getting an opportunity, as they are playing Sean Payton's Denver Broncos. What do you think about the Denver Broncos being the get-right game for Jordan Love?
Oh, this is the Nathaniel Hackett Bowl in reverse.
Oh, because he was in Green Bay?
Yeah, then he was in Denver. He gone anyway. Yeah, Denver's defense is horrendous.
It's incredible. It's incredible how they go from being a terrifying defense to being just very.
Maybe Sean shouldn't have fired the guy that was really good at defensive coordinator last year.
Possibly, it's a possibility.
I'm gonna say that Denver figures out a way to take care of Jordan Love, because I don't know if he's good or not.
I still don't know if he's good either. But if there's a team that can help you get to this place,
Denver can help you get there.
Denver can help you get there.
Snap out of it.
Am I a sicko for wanting to believe here on the text line, the 903 that says the Vikings will cover the 6.5?
Cover what?
They're getting 6.5 points against the San Francisco 49ers. They're plus 6.5. And the idea that maybe they can do that. The San Francisco 49ers have been.
Y'all really think that the Vikings can cover that game?
I mean,
come on, man. We don't got a lot of ourselves here. What are the Vikings?
As you like to call them, the most unserious team in the NFL.
Thank you. And you think that unserious football team? They don't have Justin Jefferson. Who's Kirk Cousins on the football to? Chris?
Touche.
Thank you.
Don't they got TJ Hawkinson?
With all due respect, Chris.
Nah, that was
okay.
disrespectful.
I mean, 16.5, maybe they'll cover that, but 6.5?
Hell no. Come on, man. TJ Hawkinson. Did you just say TJ Hawkinson? I mean, he's a good football player. You think Fred Warner gonna allow that to happen? Come on, man. Like, don't overthink this.
I mean, remember the San Francisco team took some knocks. They've got some injuries that they're dealing with.
49ers about to whoop that ass this weekend. Come on, man.
All right.
After that loss,
I'm trying to be bold, KG.
That's the wrong one. You picked the wrong one. You know how angry San Francisco's about to be this weekend after what happened to them last week against Cleveland of all teams?
Well, that's a good defense. It's a very good defense.
I mean, that's disrespect to that defense. You're right.
Oh, also, and we definitely disrespecting the pick out of USC, Jordan Addison.
Who?
That boy, nice. Wide receiver.
I know who he is. I'm saying.
But you said who?
You
was being disrespectful.
Wildly. Wow, that's right.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you heard me.
He's standing on it.
10 toes down on it, damn it. Art McCaffrey and Debo hurt? Yeah, that means they're playing on Sunday.
Why are you like this?
Because they're like that.
Okay.
Still mad about that damn loss to San Francisco.
We were in public for that.
Huh?
We were in public for that. That was the thing that was frustrating.
Embarrassing us in front of company.
Anyways.
That's some bold predictions for Week 7. By the way, to answer your question, 903, Deebo Samuel's questionable. Christian McCaffrey questionable. It does look like they are trending, though.
Toward playing?
Okay.
Well, then I'm going to go ahead and retract my support of 903's bold prediction. I hope it comes right. Because one thing I do love, I love getting the text on Monday like, hey, remember when I predicted this? It's like, you were right. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Now, interesting note on Samuel, though, he didn't practice today. But again, their game's on Monday, so Saturday will tell us.
You know what the one thing that you can maybe say about that prediction is? We've seen a lot of weird stuff happen the last couple of weeks.
You're right.
In the NFL that has just reminded you that trying to predict what happens in the NFL actually isn't something that you should do.
Fool's errand.
That's right.
Yeah, McCaffrey didn't practice on Friday either. So again, Saturday will tell us more of what we need to know when it comes to McCaffrey and Deebo. But I imagine they're going to play on Monday night. Those are some bold predictions going into week number 7 of the National Football League. Coming up next here on the Get Right with Reggie KG here on 105 through the Fan.
Yeah, we are so close to NBA season starting. It's days away, literally. So let's get some defining stats for certain NBA teams on what will define their season. We'll talk about it next on 105 through the Fan.
Keep the volume turned up all day and night. And thanks for being a Tolo. We're DFW Sports Station 105.3 The Fan.
Dallas. The jackpots for Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lotto Texas are big and getting bigger every day. And you can now buy your official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone at jackpot.com, an official partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Just go to jackpot.com, choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Don't wait. Go to jackpot.com right now and buy your lottery tickets on your phone. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com. Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know how celebrities have their own chefs? Well, I might be able to top that, as I have got my own personal nutritionist I can text whenever I want thanks to Soda Weight Loss. Sometimes I can't believe how readily available they are for their clients, like me. So if you've been struggling in the middle of the day and you need encouragement, a scenario I've definitely been in, my personal soda coach has consistently been there for me. Or maybe you get nervous going out to eat because you don't want to throw off your progress. Well, don't just listen to me. Check this out from Steven.
I'm an incredibly picky eater, but it caused me to branch out. The other cool thing is, even if you do want to eat out, I can get on my phone, I can text Soda, and I can say, hey, what can I have? And they immediately send you a response. It's fast.
That level of personal service is why SodaWeightLoss.com has more than 8,100 Google reviews, including ones from me and Steven, with an average score of 4.9 stars out of 5. The change is available and at your fingertips by going to SotaWeightLoss.com. That's Soda. Wait for it. State of the arts.
Retired construction worker Jesse Munoz had knee pain off the charts.
1 to 10, my pain was like a 10. It was completely unbearable.
Doctors told him he needed both knees replaced, but Jesse found a better idea. QC Kinetics, all natural regenerative medicine treatments, and the results were astonishing.
That was the best decision I could have done, because of QC Kinetics, I'm able to continue doing what I've always loved to do.
Jesse's back to living a great pain-free life with 5 kids and 12 grandchildren.
If it hadn't been for QC Kinetics, I would have had to stop with my grandkids 5 years ago. They've given me my life back.
Don't let joint pain rob you of your life with your loved ones. Call QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics gave me the life that I have dreamt of with my kids and my grandkids and now my great-grandkids.
Lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 972-972-8610. That's 972-972-8610. 972-972-8610.
Gridiron Sports Picks has been a trusted leader in sports picks, predictions, and best bets since 1983. We offer our customers the best bets for one fair price. No hype, no hassles, no high-pressure sales. All football picks are released on Thursday before 6 p.m. Eastern. Sign up today and receive a $50 credit. GridironSportsPicks.com.
Rhythm Energy is the official energy company of SMU Athletics. Get $100 in electricity bill credits after you sign up for their Pony Up 12 plan. Go to rhythmenergy.com/fan to start saving on electricity today. Just for Mustangs fans. PUCT number 10279. Terms and conditions apply.
2 North Texas institutions are joining forces. Whataburger is proud to partner with 105.3 The Fan and G-Bag Nation for Flagtober 2023. Bigger and better than ever. Be on the lookout for locations to pick up your one-of-a-kind G-Bag flag throughout October. Flagtober and Whataburger. Just like you like it.
It's Fan Football Friday on 105.3 The Fan. Sponsored by Blue Nail Roofing and the Diamond Factory.
Hey, you. The one on the couch who just told your friend you can't go out because you're busy? Ready to get real about your psoriasis? When your current treatments don't do enough to help control the inflammation beneath the skin, causing plaques and pain, stressing and scratching, it's time to stop hiding and get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. Now that it's autumn, check window and door seals for proper insulation and replace your furnace air filter. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
If you turn it on and leave it on The Fan, you know we're DFW's sports leader on insight and original content all day long. No need to go back and search for it. We send it to you.
Yeah.
Sign up for our fan newsletter today at 1053thefan.com. Proudly presented by Bosch Power Tools.
Junk for Joy is the easiest and fastest way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
Go to junkforjoy.org or call 1-877-JUNK4JOY.
At Sherwin-Williams, we deliver personalized service, business-building tools, and cutting-edge solutions to help you manage and grow your business more easily. From product recommendations to project guidance, we ensure you have everything you need to get the job done. Plus, our exclusive Pro Plus pricing helps you stay on budget. Visit your local Sherwin-Williams store to get the products you love from the paint experts you trust. We save you time, plus we save you money.
This segment of The Get Right is sponsored by Frankel & Frankel. Life is unpredictable. Accidents happen. Frankel & Frankel are the go-to attorneys for car and truck wrecks in DFW. If you or a loved one has been in an accident, contact Frankel & Frankel for a free consultation at truckwreck.com or call 214-817-333-3333.
One defining stat for every NBA team as we are just days away from the association tipping off. We appreciate you joining us on Odyssey and the Odyssey app. It's the Get Right with Reggie KG here on 105.3 The Fan. Kevin Gray, Reginald Atatula.
Yep.
Chris holding it down for here. Really appreciate y'all hanging out with us after, of course, a disappointing loss tonight at Globe Life Field.
Friday night.
For the Texas Rangers as they look to pick themselves up off the ground and get ready to try to win a Game 6 on Sunday evening. Otherwise, their magical season will come to an end at the hands of the Houston Astros. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. Am I, by myself in that feeling? I'm not ready to see this Rangers ride end at this point. It's been so much fun to see this team grow and go through the ups and downs of the way that they have to get to this point that you would hate to see it end this way on Sunday evening against a team that is hated as much as the Houston Astros are.
I just want to keep seeing this team play baseball. That's
yeah.
all. Like I've dictated, and it's not unique because everybody loves postseason baseball. It's
the
just
stress.
You can call it that, but I would like to call like the excitement.
Yes.
Right? You can call it stress if you like to. It makes it more exciting for me. But I would like to continue to see particularly the local aspect of having postseason baseball. It's fun. Anyways,
I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second because Chris out there and just,
we're jamming. And you know what?
I like what you're doing back there.
For good reason. Basketball season about to start though.
Woo! Shout out to the Mavericks. They got the win tonight at the American Airlines Center. Your man Derek Lively was hooping.
They got the win in preseason basketball.
I mean, it was their only home preseason game.
And it had to coincide with a Ranger baseball game.
Yeah, Rangers postseason game. A lot of Texas Ranger shirts though at the AAC. I had the chance to stop by the AAC before.
Support all the teams. All right. What team are you interested in going into this NBA season? I'll give you the defining number for them this season.
I'm gonna let you take a guess at who the team I'm most intrigued by.
I'm not gonna guess. I'm just say it. I don't got time for this, KG. It's 10:30 at night. I don't got time to be guessing what's on your mind right now.
Oh, you just want to go walking? Is that what you want to do?
Yes. Y'all taking my walk time.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, please.
Oh, I should have known that. You're right.
See what I'm working with, Chris? See what I'm working with?
The Oklahoma City Thunder's defining number, and this comes from the Ringer, Zach Cram, great writer, is 44. So last season, according to analysis of play-by-play data from Basketball Reference, Thunder centers, their center rotation combined for just 44 dunks.
That's it?
Only 44 dunks. Now, for reference, the median team received 178 dunks from its centers, 4 times as many as the Thunder. Now, of course, dunks aren't like the end-all be-all by any means, but it can give you a little bit of an insight into the effectiveness of a center room. So what you look at for Oklahoma City is that they haven't had a lot of dynamism from their center group.
It's a good word.
And so, yeah, it's Zach Cram's. It's not mine. Oh. They haven't had a lot of dynamism from their center group. And so maybe the likes of Chet Holmgren coming in this season gives them a little dynamism. That'll be something to watch from the Oklahoma City Thunder, as their centers have not been something to be desired or lift them up in any way.
I didn't realize that their center position from an inside standpoint was that anemic.
Yeah, they were fairly small, right? You have have you heard of Olivier Sarr?
Who?
Yeah, Darius Baisley was playing center. That's not a guy who I don't think he factors into like their long-term future.
He's
Jalen Williams, the forward Jalen Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He really is kind of like a forward, and I don't view him as like in any way dominant. And then Mike Muscala still in the league. So like those are the centers that we're talking about here. So like they just didn't have anything that was really passable as NBA caliber center. No offense to those guys. Chet Holmgren, in theory, should be a lot closer to that. So it'll be interesting to see what they're capable of doing with that.
And I think Baisley got released, by the way.
I mean, only adding to the point there that the centers weren't up to like your normal league capability.
Yeah, the Nets waived him the other day.
Any other teams that you're interested in to see what their defining statistic is, or what the statistic will be that'll define their season?
Outside, let's see, I picked a Western Conference. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Let's go with the Boston Celtics.
All right, the Boston Celtics number is 61. What's the significance of that? With this iteration of the Celtics, over the past 7 years, they've won 61 playoff games, the most for any team in league history that didn't win a championship. Like, what we're doing is you're on championship watch. It's kind of what you saw them do, why you saw them do the things and make the shakeups that they did this offseason.
Yeah.
It's desperation time in a different way. Like, it's not the desperation time we gotta figure out how to get there. They've been there knocking on the door and the door hasn't opened. So they're like, anything we could do to cross that threshold, because it's all for naught if you don't ultimately raise the Larry O'Brien at some point. And so they've had all of this possible success, but whatever it is, whatever the last little bit is to get over that finish line is what they need to figure out. Swapping out, Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart and Robert Williams III and Grant Williams for the likes of Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, right? These are the things that they're doing to be aggressive. Maybe they've gotten rid of some of their depth, but they're like, we need to be strong enough to be able to go over the top and win the championship.
Imagine hinging your championship hopes on Kristaps Porzingis.
I mean,
at center.
He didn't get hurt last year, and it was
great last year.
It was a career year for him.
But this team, as you detailed, has gone as deep in the playoffs as they have. Now we're at a point in their, run right now. They got to depend on Kristaps Porzingis at center to deliver a championship.
I'm not saying I would do it. I understand how you get there.
Maybe they didn't have to be there. You have another team. There's one from the 903 they want to know about.
Oh, okay. Interested in what the Phoenix Suns got going on.
All right.
Their number, 53.6. So across two playoff seasons, or playoff series rather, they attempted 53.6% of their shots from the mid-range.
Shout out to Devin Booker.
This is a prolific mid-range scoring team when you consider Kevin Durant is very much a rise and fire guy from the mid-range. Maybe one of the best, if not like top two mid-range shooters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You had obviously Devin Booker, as you mentioned, and Chris Paul did a lot of mid-range shooting before he left. He gets replaced by Bradley Beal, who does a lot of mid-range shooting, right? So what's going to happen here is it's going to be interesting to see what the balance is with these guys who are taking a shot that is considered not as efficient, but they do it at such a high rate. Will that balance out when you're playing against the teams like the Denver Nuggets and everything, and other teams that are more analytically aligned that are going to get to the basket and shoot threes? Is that math going to math for them? Is what's going to be really interesting.
How are you guarding Phoenix this year?
Depends on the team that you are. But yeah, no, that's a very interesting question.
Because who do you pick your poison with? Because all three of those guys are capable of winning games for you individually on a night-to-night basis.
I think obviously Bradley Beal is the one that you're most likely to let him get his shot. The tough part about it with Kevin Durant, I almost said Kevin Garnett. Kevin Durant is that he's gonna get a shot off if he wants to get a shot off.
Yeah. And Booker's always going to find his spot in the mid-range.
Yeah, like that's a tough situation. Obviously, don't let them get to the rim if you're going to force them to take a whole bunch of mid-range jumpers. And if they beat you on that, so be it.
Just miss jump shots.
But obviously, all these things are all situational, right? It's all styles make fights. But if you wanted to make it just kind of the most generic, I imagine it's like let Brad Beal see if he's capable of being a winner guy in that situation.
Let's do one more real quick. Let's do the Orlando Magic.
So you don't even want to know what them Dallas Mavericks is? Huh?
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Oh, you're not even worried. You're like, look, man.
Yeah,
don't need to hear that.
Because I am interested in the Orlando Magic, young team that's got a lot of young, really good players, including the reigning Rookie of the Year, Paulo Banchero.
Well, this is funny because their number is the same number as it was last year. 2012, which is the last year or last time that their offense was ranked in the top half of the league in efficiency.
I'm sorry, what?
The last year that the Orlando Magic offense was ranked in the top half of the league in efficiency was 2012. In fact, they haven't even been, or no, they got close. So the years ranked, and I'm just reading them verbatim. 27th, 29th, 27th, 17th, 28th, 25th, 22nd, 21st, 29th, and last year, 30th, and then last year, 26th.
Wow.
So they just have not done offense. They've added a whole bunch of talented players. They have Franz Wagner, who's been really impressive. Paolo Banchero run Rookie of the Year. But again,
they got a bunch of guards there too.
Are they going, but they're all long guards. It's weird. Are they going to be able to actually have an efficient offense, or is this just always going to be a theoretical, group of guys that can maybe be young and do something, but not actually put the efficiency numbers up?
Okay. Yeah, they are an interesting team. Jamal Mosley brought there to be a player development type of coach to help some of these young guys grow, but they've got a real star there in the making, and Banchero, and some really nice young guys there as well. So that leads us to the Mavericks real quick then. What's the number for the Mavericks? That's going to define their season.
The Dallas Mavericks number is 2.
Is that for Luka and Kyrie?
That's right. Only 2.
Do you see why I wasn't worried about the Mavericks? It's predictable as hell.
Only 2 Mavericks, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, made the Ringer's top 100 players ranking, which is tied for the fewest of any Western Conference teams. Even bottom feeders like the Spurs, Rockets, and Trailblazers have more top 100 players than Dallas does. So they have the expectations that they have, and it really is still going to be top heavy. Can Kyrie and Luka
on the 2 of them
do a lot? But then also, that's offensively. Defensively, all of that weight is there. Those 2 aren't carrying any of that weight defensively.
None of it.
Now you're putting all that defensive weight on a whole bunch of guys who, at least in the Ringer's estimation, aren't top 100 players.
That's what scares me about the Mavericks, is that for all this defensive talk that they do, they don't have guys right now that you can depend on to consistently guard the perimeter. And then when you get beyond that line of defense, you're depending on, in some ways, a rookie to start to figure it out as, the season goes on. And how long that learning curve is going to be for Derek Lively is something we're going to be chronicling all season, because behind him defensively, ugh. Shout out to Grant Williams and Josh Green. Hope they're going to be doing a lot of defending here.
Which you started talking about how do you guard the Phoenix Suns, which is going to be a problem for every team, no matter what. No matter how good of a team you are. You want to start doing that, playing that game with the Dallas Mavericks? You want to have that fun?
What, how teams guard Luka and Kyrie?
No, I'm saying how the Mavericks, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, that ends up being the tough issue, is seeing how they match up. I don't envy Jason Kidd. Who did they say? I was about to say Sean Sweeney, but who did they say is now? Jared Dudley is now one of the coaches in charge of defense.
My man from Utah as well.
Yeah, I don't envy them in trying to figure out, 1, how to get the defense up to snuff, and then 2, how to figure out those matchups ultimately when the time comes to really play the chess game. But look, that's what you will do over time. That's what the course of the season is for, is figuring those things out. It'll be interesting to see them try.
Those some numbers that are going to define each and every team in this NBA season. The NBA season tips off on Tuesday.
Almost there.
With the Dallas Mavericks beginning their regular season on Wednesday when they visit Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, who, by the way, if you're watching preseason basketball, Victor Wembanyama blocked what's his name? Klay Thompson 3-pointer.
That's right.
And then he finished it off on the break.
I always call him, what's his name?
With a dunk.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call his brother, Trace. What's his name?
Wow.
Oh, no?
He still play for the Dodgers?
Does he?
I don't know.
Coming up next, we're going to go inside the gray area, where I'm not going to talk about Will and Jada.
Blessings. I'm so tired.
I will figure out what I will talk about next, though.
Oh.
Coming up Monday morning on Sean and RJ, are we still playing in the ALCS, or have we moved on to the World Series, or worse? Plus, recap of the NFL weekend and your best of the worst. It's a Monday morning on The Fan.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up autosave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive. Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza. I sure hope he brought the Pepto. Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie. The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, kbb.com.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We know you're excited because Cowboys football is back. With the free Odyssey app, you can jump back and listen to the moments that matter, even if you missed it live. Catch Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus on G-Bag Nation, or listen to Jerry Jones' interview with Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan.
And I hope that our fans would understand that I do know how to keep it stirred up.
Stay close to the team wherever you are this season. Download the free Odyssey app today. AUDACY.
Hi, I'm Colby, owner of Tolbert Garage Door and proud partners of the Texas Outlaw Arena soccer team. Visit our website to win tickets to the home opener December 16th at Mesquite Rodeo Arena. TolbertGarageDoor.com.
Hello, I'm Jamie Flores, the managing partner at the law offices of Nick Namath, with another important tax fact. The amount the IRS claims you owe is often incorrect. They're notorious for mistakes with taxes, penalties, and interest that you don't really owe.
Hi, I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath. Returns the IRS prepares for you when you haven't filed are often full of errors. For over 20 years, I've helped Texans successfully handle the IRS.
Call Nick Namath, the DFW tax attorney, at 972-484-0829 or visit myirsteam.com.
If you turn it on and leave it on The Fan, you know we're DFW's sports leader on insight and original content all day long. No need to go back and search for it. We send it to you. Yeah. Sign up for our fan newsletter today at 1053thefan.com. Proudly presented by Bosch Power Tools.
A lot of schools talk about training the cybersecurity workforce of the future, but do they really deliver? My Computer Career has been supplying the IT workforce with thousands of skilled, certified pros for 15 years. Train with the experts in support, networking, or cybersecurity, and start your career in months, not years. Upskill even faster on campus or live online. Qualified students may get financial aid, including the GI Bill. My Computer Career, accredited, acclaimed, effective. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu. RJ Choppy here for Boomer Jacks. Who loves football? That's right, me too. And Boomer Jacks is the best place to catch all the college and pro football action. And it's not just for weekends. Any day of the week is a great time to head for Boomer Jacks. You also got baseball playoffs coming up, wall-to-wall TVs, ice cold beer, drink specials starting at just $3 all day, every day. It's the best happy hour in DFW, the best place to watch your favorite team. 16 DFW Boomer Jacks locations. Find yours online, boomerjacks.com.
Nothing turns game day into a great day like stocking up at Specs and cheering on the Cowboys. As a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys, Specs has everything you need to turn your pregame party into a full-on football feast. With lower prices on a stadium-sized selection of world-class wines, spirits, beers, seltzers, and gourmet foods, Specs is your one-stop shop for all your game day essentials. Cowboy up at Specs. The fun starts here.
Feel Good Dallas, presented by Sanctum Wellness, is tomorrow. Feel Good Dallas fuses live music into yoga, fitness, and guided meditation experiences, all backed by members of the orchestra. Dallas's only wellness festival returns tomorrow, October 21st, at the Morton H. Meyerson Symphony Center. Take classes and dive into expert panel discussions on nutrition, stress management, psychedelic therapy research, and relationships. Take your self-care to the next level at Feel Good Dallas. See the incredible lineup and get your tickets to tomorrow's event at feelgoodaf.com. That's feelgoodaf.com.
Hi, it's Eric Thomason from Blue Nail Roofing. We've been serving North Texas homeowners for decades. And with every one of our customers, our job isn't complete until you're satisfied. Here's what several of our clients have said about Blue Nail.
I thought that they were extremely detail-oriented.
They went back to the insurance company and worked with them and got them to pay for doing the extra stuff that had to be done.
Blue Nail personnel worked with the adjuster and did the work is superb.
I recommend them to anybody.
We had real good communication with them. I did not have to hunt them down. They usually came hunting for us to see what needed to be done.
I am totally pleased with what they did.
If you have storm damage, call Blue Nail Roofing today for a free, no obligation inspection of your property. Call 855-255-1975. That's 855-255-1975 or online at BlueNailRoofing.com. Wind or hail, call Blue Nail.
Boomer Esiason is on the Fan. Check out Kickoff, getting you ready for every game. Sunday mornings at 7 on the Fan. Presented nationally by Casamigos Tequila. Casamigos, brought to you by those who drink it. And Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. It's Boomer on 105.3 The Fan.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is sponsored by Classic Chevrolet. Texas, it's Classic Truck Month at Classic Chevrolet. Like you, grit runs deep. They're determined to get you the toughest trucks with the biggest savings. Over 300 new Silverados on the ground. Unprecedented one-time offers. Claim yours before it's gone. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Find new roads.
About to go inside the gray area here on the Get Right with Reg KG here on 105.3 The Fan. Kevin Gray with the non-walking Reginald Atatula.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, you know, there's something nice about being outside and getting to walk in. I've tried to get my steps in inside the building. Just don't hit the same.
You feel out of place right now at this time of the hour? Like you feel like you're supposed to be?
Well, according to my body, it feels like I'm supposed to be getting ready to sleep. But we here. We having fun on 105 through the Fan to Get Right.
My man Chris holding it down for you here on this Friday night. We're with you until midnight tonight as we get you ready for your weekend. Busy weekend of some really good sports action coming up at the top of the hour.
You're excited for F1 at the Circuit of the Americas? Is that what it is?
No.
Okay.
No, not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Some good UFC action this weekend. Namely, some really good college football, which we'll detail at 11:20 on some of the terrific matchups, including two big ones, one in the Big Ten and one in the ACC involving a traditional basketball power in Duke as we go inside the gray area.
I was going to make a joke, but it's cool.
Let's start with Duke. Shout out to John Shire, the head coach of the Duke Blue Devils. Got a new 6-year contract extension.
Which really kind of caught me off. I don't know why I turned off my mic while I was talking. Kind of caught me off guard because it made me realize, oh, he's been here a minute. It doesn't feel like he's been here that long.
It does because he still looks,
Well, not even that. It feels like just like last year that he took over for Coach K.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like, it's how long has he been doing this? Is my brain just, I feel like time over the last 5-6 years has just felt like a blur in particular, but how long has he been the head basketball coach at Duke at this point?
Let's see. John Shire has been there.
Yeah, it really was just last year. Okay, cool. All right.
So last year was year one.
And they already given him an extension?
I mean, he did take him to a 27-9 record. They ranked number 2 in the preseason this year.
I knew I wasn't wilding.
Of course, they won an ACC tournament championship.
Which, look, good for John Shire. And I guess I don't want to, imply that he can't do this job or anything. But how many times do we see the school go all in on a coach too early? And then we look up and we're like,
didn't Krzyzewski handpick him?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do those always work out the way that you want them to? The guy that the last guy said you should go with?
I'm trying to think in college it happens more often than not that it normally works out. Because I'm trying to think in recent years where the departing head coach has named
his successor.
Like, for example, Urban Meyer before he left Ohio State.
Named Ryan Day.
Ryan Day as his successor. That's worked out, pretty good. I don't
know.
There's been other examples.
I was just amazed that it was
instant.
I also got to go and find out what was the initial contract that they're already adding years on top. Because did they just sign into like a 1 year or 2 year contract or something? Was it a short term? Like, yes, 903. That was one that I was thinking of, but I was like, I don't know how you anticipate that Mel Tucker's getting on the phone talking nasty to somebody who is a vendor of the university while also, being a domestic violence survivor.
What a clown.
That's right. That is the right word to describe.
What a clown.
The shenanigans that he did. And then had the nerve to get out here and try and oof. I don't even want to get into that. Let me not.
The headline goes like this, gentlemen, as we're inside the gray area. By the way, shout out to my partner on Cowboys Crosstalk every Wednesday.
Nate Newton.
Yeah, he's listening to the program.
Hey.
Shout out to you, Nate. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully you have yourself a good bye week. The headline goes like this. A major airline is rolling out a new approach to boarding that makes a ton of sense.
Are they boarding back to front now?
That's the
is
thing.
That the answer?
It goes like this.
Okay. He's gonna make me wait through the whole story.
I mean, it's better that way. If you're flying on a commercial flight, you'll almost always be subjected to a traffic jam in the aisles thanks to the fairly inexplicable decision to have passengers board the plane from front.
That's right.
To back.
I know what I'm talking about.
While that allows people to, with theoretically, quote, better seats toward the front of airplanes to secure the coveted space in the overhead luggage compartments.
Of course.
It also drags out the boarding process for longer than necessary and makes it particularly annoying to navigate the narrow aisle.
Yes, very narrow because they're trying to get all that, all the money with all that space. It was always amazing to me, and if I know this isn't the reason necessarily, but I always felt like they were like, we would like all the poor people sitting in the back to have to walk through us.
Walk your poor asses back to the back. Hurry up.
Walk past me as I sip on my martini.
That does always bother me while people sitting in their first class seat, with their big, comfy chairs and whatnot. While me and whomever I'm with, we gotta like my family. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was like, but the way that you said that made it sound like you had a mistress or something. I was like, you could have just said me and my family.
Yeah, you're right.
You went out of your way to make that. That was an unforced error.
It was.
Okay.
Good call there. I appreciate the accountability.
I know, and the funny thing is, like, I know that you have you're not having an affair. Like, you just not that type of dude.
Thank you.
But at the same time, the way that you said that, was weird.
It's getting late.
Okay. You need a dad walk too?
Probably.
Okay, very good.
Probably.
Text in 877-881-1053.
Does Cam need a dad walk right now?
Do you feel like a dad walk? I love a good dad walk.
So at first glance, it would seem like it would make sense to board from front to back. However, there's evidence that suggests, Reg, that the free-for-all approach harnessed by Southwest Airlines and other budget carriers with no assigned seats is actually the most efficient.
Free-for-all approach, like everybody just board when they want to?
Well, there's no necessarily assigned seating. You get grouped by, A, B, C, that kind of thing. And you just go pick your seat. See you later.
Okay.
A group of mathematicians claim a model based on passenger speed is the best method, although there's no way to put it into practice. Now, the folks at United Airlines are rolling out a new system they've been testing for a few years. So according to NPR, the company plans to adopt what is known as the Wilma method.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Which involves having people in the window seats board first.
Window, interior, and then
inviting those in the middle to get on next.
Window, middle, aisle.
And capping things off with the final wave of travelers sitting in the aisle.
So where did the IL come from? Because or maybe WI is the window, and then but what is the L? Where did the L come from?
I don't know.
It should be like the WEMA.
You're gonna make the you gonna change the acronym.
That's right. I'm gonna be that jerk.
You're gonna be that guy.
Also, I'm gonna ask you what is your biggest flight nitpick? Because it feels like with flying, everybody has it. Everybody's okay with somebody complaining about something in the flying situation.
You know what mine is?
Yes.
The person who's flying by themselves that decides to take their ass and go sit in the middle seat.
Who does that? Wait, people willfully pick the middle seats?
Willfully pick the middle seat. Or they'll go straight to they'll go to
the aisle?
Yes.
They'll take the aisle seat?
Take the aisle seat.
What happens if they tall? Because I'd be feeling so bad for tall people.
That's not my problem.
Wow.
You see me with my wife and my kid.
Wow.
Move yourself.
It's objectively the worst option also, sitting in the middle.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know who the people are that are intentionally. Like, sometimes it's just, they gave me the middle seat.
Yeah, but the people who pick the aisle seat first, like, come on, man.
Can I give my biggest pet peeve?
Please. I love complaining.
All right, so when people complain that you're looking out of the window.
Because they're trying to go to sleep or something?
Yeah. You got the best view of all time. People pay to go to the top of the ball to see the view. But you're 20,000 feet in the air, you can't look out the window?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, right. I do think that's kind of annoying. You think you get to dictate. If you wanted to be able to close this shade, you should have gotten the aisle seat.
You should have sat there.
Or sorry, the window seat.
That's right.
Somebody mentioned that they like Swaggy Booties mentioned that they like the middle because you get 2 armrests. Does everybody know that rule?
That should be a fairly
and just to do a public service announcement. If you're in the window, you got the window. So you get 1 armrest.
Yeah.
You can lean on the window. If you aisle, you get all that extra space of aisle. You get 1 armrest. The person in the middle don't get nothing extra, so they get 2 armrests.
So the person that sits next to the window, though, they don't get the benefit of having the armrest to their left?
Nope. Or depending on which side of the plane. Yes. You get the armrest that is by the window. If you want to lean that way.
But there is no armrest by the window.
Yes, there is.
What plane you fly on? They got an armrest next to the window.
All right, now we're having an argument that's entirely unnecessary.
Oh,
the point being, the person in the middle gets the 2 armrests. Deal with it.
Okay.
Put your elbow somewhere else. Put it in your lap. I don't know. Put it in the stowaway bin. I don't care where you put your elbow. Just don't put it on this armrest.
Well, to finish up,
it's mine, KG. You can't have it.
Wow, so aggressive. The Wilma method, by the way, the change. Are you still confused by that?
Yeah, that's right.
The change only applies to passengers in economy class, as groups 3, 4, and 5 will now be reserved for people in window, middle, and aisle seats. Just so that's something you may want to consider when booking a ticket with United these days. Okay. Now the airline estimates the Wilma method will help it cut down boarding times by an average of, check this out, a whopping 2 minutes. And while it may not sound like much,
that's a lot. If keeping everything on schedule, because over the course of a day, a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, and then you got a 30-minute delay just because it was shenanigans.
Y'all can't get to your seat in time.
214, good point. The person that in front of you that reclines,
that is annoying.
Like, none of us got.
We ain't got no room here.
None of us got room.
Especially if you got the nerve to do that on a Spirit flight.
If we all just stay upright, we can all.
If the seat works to bend the seat backwards,
that's fair.
On a Spirit flight.
That's fair.
With all due respect. That's inside the gray area here on the Get Right, where apparently Wilma is making her way to flights these days.
Wilma. That's all I've been thinking about the whole time.
Great cartoon.
The Flintstones. That's literally since you said it. And I was just there's no reason to say that. It's so stupid.
Round the room real quick. Favorite Flintstone character? Chris, go.
I don't know if I can name one.
What?
How
old are you, Chris?
Fred? Is there Fred?
Are you guessing that, or are you actually saying that with some confidence?
Look, I don't know how old y'all are.
Yeah, no.
You know who the Flintstones?
Did y'all watch that growing up?
He's 36.
First of all, what you're not gonna do is disrespect me watching the Flintstones growing up as a kid. Damn it. It's a great cartoon.
Man, I had SpongeBob. I don't know about
SpongeBob is an elite cartoon. SpongeBob is an elite cartoon.
The way he said Fred with a question mark, the way that he did, like he
literally the main character. The main character, Fred Flintstone.
And that's the only one I can name, by the way. I cannot name.
Throw it to break.
Why are you so mad?
Yeah, throw it to break.
Miss any show segments? Tisk, tisk, tisk. But fear not. You can go back and listen to our fan shows, and it's easier than ever on the Odyssey app. Check it out.
Jane Slater here from the NFL Network, and I'm back with Jeremy from Kissable Dental. Summer is over and fall is, well, it's getting here. My favorite holiday is Halloween, but let's be honest, it also means it's time to candy-proof those teeth.
It is, but don't let those costs scare you away. Use your benefits to eliminate those pesky out-of-pocket expenses.
And if you make an appointment now, you'll receive a free Kissable kit that whitens your teeth, then keeps them white all month long.
At Kissable Dental, we guarantee fewer cavities and exponentially more kisses in your life at kissabledental.com.
It sounds like the only wrong decision you can make is to wait another day. And with 3 DFW locations, you are guaranteed to find one close to you. Even better, you guys allow patients the ability to book it online.
Yes, we do. Easily book at kissabledental.com or call 972-779-KISS. That's kissabledental.com or call 972-779-KISS.
Your kissable journey starts today.
Bosch tools are built for workers. Bosch's powerful hammer drill has kickback control to help work go more smoothly when you need it. The 2-in-1 impact driver and wrench quickly changes between bits and sockets, so you only need one tool instead of 2. And the X-Lock grinder switches wheels up to 5 times faster than standard grinders when you need to change tasks in a hurry. Bosch tools take care of the job and you. Bosch tools, what hard workers deserve. Learn more at BoschTools.com.
Having trouble finding that luxury timepiece you've been dreaming about? You might be surprised to find it at Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct now invites you to our exclusive luxury watch collection, now stocked with some hard-to-find brand new and certified pre-owned Swiss timepieces. At Diamonds Direct, our buyers have been scouring the country, finding the watches you can't get anywhere else, including a fabulous collection of new and pre-owned models in immaculate condition. From Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille, and more. We've got Rolex Submariners, Datejust, Pepsis, Batmans, and other hard sought-after models. So if you're tired of waiting for years to get that luxury watch you've been wanting, stop waiting. Walk out with it today at Diamonds Direct. And if you have a fine Swiss watch you want to sell, our buyers are always willing to pay top dollar. Maybe it's time for a trade-in or a trade-up. Come and see the all-new luxury watch collection at Diamonds Direct. Get showroom directions, hours, and learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
You know how celebrities have their own chefs? Well, I might be able to top that, as I have got my own personal nutritionist I can text whenever I want, thanks to Soda Weight Loss. Sometimes I can't believe how readily available they are for their clients, like me. So if you've been struggling in the middle of the day and you need encouragement, a scenario I've definitely been in, my personal soda coach has consistently been there for me. Or maybe you get nervous going out to eat because you don't want to throw off your progress. Well, don't just listen to me. Check this out from Steven.
I'm an incredibly picky eater, but it caused me to branch out. The other cool thing is, even if you do want to eat out, I can get on my phone, I can text Soda, and I can say, hey, what can I have? And they immediately send you a response. It's fast.
That level of personal service is why SodaWeightLoss.com has more than 8,100 Google reviews, including ones from me and Steven, with an average score of 4.9 stars out of 5. The change is available and at your fingertips by going to SotaWeightLoss.com. That's Soda! Wait for it. State of the arts.
Dallas, the jackpots for Mega Millions, Powerball, and Lotto Texas are big and getting bigger every day. And you can now buy your official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone at jackpot.com, an official partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Just go to jackpot.com, choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Don't wait. Go to jackpot.com right now and buy your lottery tickets on your phone. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com. Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm a big believer in investing into what the wealthiest people in the world invest into. But it's not easy to know exactly what that is, and it hasn't always been possible for regular folks like you and I. But that's changing. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and if you've done a good job acquiring some assets, now is the time to consider private equity. Private equity is ownership of private companies that aren't traded on the stock market and in most cases are very exclusive. Examples could include ownership of apartments or nursing homes, dental practices, solar farms, you name it. Why do so many billionaires invest into private equity? Because of historically low correlation to the stock market and historically higher returns. If you have a goal with your portfolio but aren't there yet, call Trajan Wealth today. Call 469-579-3500 3500. 469-579-3500.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. May require accreditation.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hey Tolos, Bobby Belt here. I've struggled with sciatic pain for so long that I accepted it would live with me forever. That was until I discovered the doctors at Chronic Pain Relief. And you heard me right there, actual MDs who are board certified in pain management at Chronic Pain Relief. I'm already feeling better than I have in years. Chronic Pain Relief needs to be your first visit if you've been experiencing neck and low back pain. They accept all PPO insurance plans at their 3 DFW locations. Don't be held back by chronic pain any longer. Go to CPRELIEF.com and schedule your appointment today. That's CPRELIEF.com to start your path to relief from chronic pain.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
From our fan studios secured by DFWsecurity.com, it's time for the Get Right on 105.3 The Fan.
Final hour of the Get Right with Reggie KG on 105.3 The Fan. Kevin Gray, Reginald Atatula.
Yep.
The non-Flintstone knowing Chris producing tonight for us.
Why is that so upsetting to you?
Because we're missing recipes out
Chris,
here for the
again, you didn't answer this question. How old are you, Chris?
I'm 23.
I don't know what you expect from that man.
Flintstones? That's 4 generations back. I'm sorry.
Relax.
Yeah, you're doing a lot.
Relax.
That was unnecessary. You're doing too much. I'm trying to help you here. Don't come for me.
I think he was coming for.
Well, yeah, I caught a stray, and I don't like that.
See, look at you.
I don't like that. I'm trying to help you here, Chris. Don't make an enemy. Where do you expect the babies to see the Flintstones or the Jetsons?
On the at the grocery store, vitamins.
Yes, notoriously where the kids go, the vitamin aisle. What are you talking about?
Force these kids down the aisle. Hey, get these vitamins, okay?
You gonna teach them about nature's way as well? What are you talking about?
I mean, why not? That's sad though. Let's
It's
run.
not that sad.
It kind of is, but that's okay. We'll get more into which cartoons you do or do not know as the show goes on. By the way, from the 214, their favorite is Dino 940 Dino 903 Bam Bam.
Bam Bam's a good one.
Is their favorite.
Bam Bam's a very good one.
We're live on Twitch at twitch.tv/DallasFanCam and on YouTube as well.
Which isn't that the reason why Bam Adebayo is named Bam Adebayo?
Oh, Bam Bam? Is that where he got his nickname from?
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
I could do the Googles, but it's past 11. It's cool.
One of the best centers in the league. Bam Adebayo. Let's get you caught up on the latest headlines on this Friday night. We're with you until midnight tonight here on your home, the Cowboys and Texas Rangers. Unfortunately, hit me with cut 25, Chris. Unfortunately, it was not a good night at Globe Life Field for the good guys.
Presley comes back to the set and looks at second. Here's the 2-2. Carter a swing and a miss, and the ball game's over. He struck out on a curveball, and the Astros have won it by the score of 5-4. They have taken a 3-2 lead in the American League Championship Series.
The Hall of Famer Eric Nadel on the call as the Rangers fall 5-4 in Game 5, the pivotal Game 5 of this American League Championship Series. The biggest blow of the game coming, unfortunately, in the top of the 9th inning. That would be cut number 20. The biggest blow of the game coming from Jose Altuve.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Carter to the wall. He leaps and he can't get it. Altuve. That is a 3-run homer for Altuve. 5-4 Houston in the 9th.
I forgot that, but when I heard Eric Nadel on that call there, it reminded me, Evan Carter jumped a little early, which reminded me when what was it, Game 2 in Houston, where he gets that big catch at the garage. in left center. He also jumped early then, and it made the catch look a lot greater. It probably should have been a little bit easier to make, but of course he, hadn't played very much in that stadium, hadn't played in there during the regular season. And so he was trying to get his bearings there and maybe just did not have a full, lay of the land without fully looking at it necessarily, and, in action and running. So he jumped early there. And that immediately came to mind when I saw him jump a little early and not get that. Now, I don't know if he would have gotten to it if he jumped on time, but it was just like, okay, obviously not going to be perfect. And that's honestly what this game felt like. This was a well-played game by the Rangers, but they weren't perfect. And it feels like in these circumstances, sometimes, one team's just a little bit less perfect than the other one, right? And that's what it kind of felt like. Just not quite good enough, even though they were very good this game. As you talk about the likes of Jordan Montgomery and his outing, you talk about the fantastic defensive plays that you saw. At least one of them was Marcus Semien.
Yeah.
A dude who had some issues, went 0 for 5. Also had fantastic play that probably stopped what could have been some bleeding in this game by, a great diving catch at second base. So, I don't know. It feels like I don't want to sound like I'm copping please, because never that. But it feels so wrong to try and take this as the result was bad and thus everything was bad, because it wasn't. Like you were very, very competitive this game, and honestly, I was telling you, I thought that the entire series would be these games, right? Obviously, you got some games where it got lopsided, but for the most part, these are two very good teams that have very good offenses, have a few pitchers that could really go deep. And really make it difficult on offenses. And so I thought it would be these types of struggles. And you got one of these types of struggles. It was just very unfortunate that you came out second.
We thought that this moment here was going to be the singular moment of this game that will allow the Rangers to take a 3-2 series lead, because it was electric after this.
All right, most here at Globe Life Field are standing right now. First and third, one out. Rangers trailing 2-1. Adolis Garcia swings and hits one high and deep into left field. McCormick is back at the wall. It is gone! Gone! Adolis Garcia, who slams his bat down midway between home and first, now starts to take his trot. A 3-run Jimmy Jack here for Adolis Garcia to put Texas in front 4-2.
Matt Hicks on the call tonight at Globe Life Field. And this is coming off the heels. You were talking about some of the great defensive play that we saw. This is coming off the heels of Marcus Semien getting a diving stop on a ground ball to get Jeremy Pena out. Now, at that time of the game, bases loaded. The Astros had already scored a run to take the lead at 2-1. And it looked like they were potentially about to blow it wide open. Marcus Semien gets the diving stop to end the inning. And then you have in the bottom half that 3-run home run by Adolis Garcia. And it felt like, okay, that was the moment that they needed to then propel themselves to win this game. Because as you mentioned, Montgomery had given himself a really good start for the Texas Rangers. And it felt like they were able to shorten the game the way that they wanted to be aggressive with the bullpen, knowing that some guys had been rested. Unfortunately, though, in the ninth inning, Jose Altuve, did what he has done throughout his entire postseason career, and the number is just staggering. This coming from ESPN Stats and Info. Jose Altuve now has 10 career go-ahead postseason home runs, passing Albert Pujols for the most in Major League Baseball history. This tonight was his third go-ahead home run in the ninth inning or later of a playoff game, the most by any batter in postseason history. So that kind of just puts into perspective what happened in the ninth inning. And now the Rangers go to Game 6, trying to stave off elimination on Sunday night.
But, I mean, look, they're not the only ones who are seeming to, be in a dogfight of a series. The NLCS proved to be more competitive than I think me and you wanted to give it credit for. It started feeling like the Phillies were going to kind of begin to run away with this, as you see Carl Schwarber continue to mash in this series. But the Diamondbacks, behind Alek Thomas, a pinch hit home run, got themselves the opportunity of evening up that series 2-2. And now they continue to move this along, right? They go to game 5 in that series, and the Diamondbacks are what? Of the final 4, the Rangers, Astros, Phillies, Diamondbacks, we looked at it, us two, and we were like, well, there are 3 teams with lineups 1 through 9 that seem, just tough to deal with. And then there's the Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks apparently took offense to that because they came out, they got 6 runs, and they were able to continue this series. Because it really does feel like that game 4 is really pivotal. You're either going to end up in this place where it feels insurmountable in a 3-1 series, or it's going to be right back to being a brand new 3-game series, and they took the latter.
Gabriel Moreno was the hero tonight for Arizona.
In the air, left center. That's going to get down. Coming in to score, Marte. The Diamondbacks have the lead. Gabby Moreno puts them in front 6-5.
Brian Anderson on the call for TBS. That go-ahead hit for the Arizona Diamondbacks gives them a 6-5 win. That series is now tied at 2 games apiece between the Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies, with game 5 tomorrow in Arizona. So give it credit to the scrappy Diamondbacks. Just 84 wins during the regular season are taking the defending, or should I say the reigning National League champions, giving them all they can handle right now.
Yeah.
So the Diamondbacks getting the 6-5 win with game 5 tomorrow. Again, game 6 for the ALCS will be on Sunday night. Chris Arnold and I will have your Rangers ALCS pregame super show for game 6 beginning at 3:15. That'll lead to the official pregame show at 6:30 right here on 105 through the Fan. Did you see this story from today?
Which one?
In Michigan.
Yes. I thought we'd talk more about it in the next segment, but you know what?
Sorry.
We can talk about it now.
Well, Michigan apparently suspends Connor Stallions amid an NCAA investigation where the analyst has been suspended for an alleged sign-stealing operation, Houston, by the Wolverines. So, yeah. Athletic Director Ward Manuel announced Stallion's suspension with pay on Friday, one day after the analyst was identified as a person of interest in the investigation into whether the number 2 ranked Michigan Wolverines violated an NCAA rule by scouting future opponents in person at games.
Yeah, he's wearing his hat low, but they're just kind of seeing what's happening. And I've seen, especially like former players talking about this online, and it seems like some folks have kind of taken to the ideas, if it does not rise to the level of like using technology, digitally recording or anything like that, they think it's fair game. You should be switching up your signs a decent amount anyways, because like this is something that most anybody is has available to them, is just going ahead and scouting, not just scouting obviously to see what kind of plays they run, but scouting to see what signs and signals that they use. And I'm interested to hear what you think, because there's 2 schools of thought, which is it's outside of the spirit of the game to be out there just trying to like steal signs and whatever. Like if you want to win, you want to win on the field, but at the same time, this is fairly accessible, right? Like if you are visible on the field, giving these signs and signals, we can try and surmise what they mean and try and use those as an opportunity to get an advantage.
So
how do you feel?
Apparently this has been prohibited since 1994, this type of scouting apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to give it some context before I answer, because I find it when I first saw the story, I thought, what's the big deal here?
Yeah. And maybe I'm missing some context here.
But a source told ESPN that the Wolverines have used a, quote, an elaborate scouting system to steal signals from future opponents since at least 2021, with the ongoing NCAA investigation into Michigan recruiting and Coach Jim Harbaugh potentially facing additional penalties stemming from that. This separate investigation could significantly increase his exposure to an additional suspension. So I guess I would want to know what that, includes in terms of an elaborate scheme to steal signs. Because again, going to scout teams at their games, I thought is something that is not necessarily a big deal, but what kind of technology and what are you doing to steal such signs? Maybe more to come on that. But Yeah, when I first heard this, I didn't think it was all that big of a deal, but maybe there's more to it than what it is.
Did you also see 4-time NBA champion Andre Iguodala hanging it up?
You remember that one time when Max Kellerman got on ESPN and he was like, you know who I want taking the last shot from me?
Did he say that? I really don't remember that.
I want Iguodala.
I want Iguodala. Stephen A. Smith looked at him and said, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that.
19 seasons for Andre Iguodala, though. Former NBA Finals MVP for halfway shutting down LeBron.
Yeah, I thought that was nonsense, but whatever.
There have been 2 MVPs in the NBA Finals that have just blown my mind.
Him and what is Kawhi?
Remember Kawhi got one for holding LeBron James to over 50% shooting? Come on, man.
That's what happens when we do the thing where the MVP has to come from the
the winning team. But congratulations to him. He's got some interesting stuff going on for him now.
I mean, great career, ultimately.
Hall of Famer?
No. Well, the tough thing about it is that the Naismith Hall of Fame is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably still say no.
I would agree with that.
But just, a really great player.
Yeah.
Long time, good vet, heady guy, and now has the opportunity with, I think it's the podcast, Point Forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
With was it Evan Turner?
I believe so, yeah.
And so, I've always been a really good basketball head. And so I look forward to his continued, talk on the game, on hoop.
The glue that kept a lot of those teams together.
Absolutely.
Throughout their dynastic run for the Golden State Warriors. So shout out to Andre Iguodala, former Arizona Wildcat.
The other AI in Philadelphia.
If I remember correctly, former dunk champion.
Oh yeah, he used to get
as
up
well.
There. He used to get up there. I don't remember. Did he win a dunk contest?
I remember he had an amazing dunk when Allen Iverson, not known as a passer, threw one off the side.
He said he's a point guard, dog. What you mean?
He's a point guard.
Not a pass guard.
Not a pass guard.
That's right.
But I think he did win a dunk contest. But yeah. Those are some of your headlines here on this Friday night here on the Get Right. Coming up next, big weekend in college football. My fellow partner who is a college football sicko going to let us know what's going to be happening this weekend. It's a big-time college football, actually. We'll do it next on the Get Right.
Always a welcome sign for this clubhouse. Featuring breaking sports news, inside info, opinion, with laughs along the way. Turn it on, leave it on. The Fan and the Odyssey app.
And now a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
And today, expect mostly sunny conditions with a high on life that can only come from cruising down the road on 2 wheels. Kids will wave, dogs will bark, and cyclists in padded shorts will instantly regret their chosen mode of transportation. Whereas you, on the other hand, will look super duper cool. Back to you in the studio.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get a quote today and see what you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
MLBshop.com is the postseason place to be, with all the hoodies, caps, jerseys, and swag you need to rep who you root for. And with exclusive offers every day, you can strut your stuff for a price you love as much as your team. So wear your pride with style this postseason and rep the community and players you believe in, whether you're at home, on the streets, or at the game. Visit MLBshop.com, the official online shop of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
If you turn it on and leave it on The Fan, you know we're DFW's sports leader on insight and original content all day long. No need to go back and search for it. We send it to you.
Yeah.
Sign up for our Fan newsletter today at 1053thefan.com. Proudly presented by Bosch Power Tools.
Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate your card today to Junk for Joy. Hooray! Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate your card today to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate your card today to Junk for Joy. Hooray! Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. donate to Junk for Joy.
Donate your card today at junkforjoy.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate to Junk for Joy. Donate your card today to Junk for Joy. Donate your card today to Junk for Joy.
Donate today at junkforjoy.org and your car can be picked up by tomorrow.
It's Fan Football Friday on 105.3 The Fan. Sponsored by Blue Nail Roofing and the Diamond Factory.
I'm a big believer in investing into what the wealthiest people in the world invest into. But it's not easy to know exactly what that is, and it hasn't always been possible for regular folks like you and I. But that's changing. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and if you've done a good job acquiring some assets, now is the time to consider private equity. Private equity is ownership of private companies that aren't traded on the stock market and in most cases are very exclusive. Examples could include ownership of apartments or nursing homes, dental practices, solar farms, you name it. Why do so many billionaires invest into private equity? Because of historically low correlation to the stock market and historically higher returns. If you have a goal with your portfolio but aren't there yet, call Trajan Wealth today. Call 469-579-3500. 469-579-3500.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. May require accreditation.
We're the Hellsberg Wedding Band, and this is for the lovers out there. Ooh, gonna propose riding on a horse, wearing a tuxedo, shirtless of course. That Hellsberg diamond will dazzle her eye, and she'll say yes, and then she'll cry. Now put your shirt back on, guys. For over 100 years, Hellsberg has been customizing engagement rings of the highest quality. Plus, with Hellsberg's transparent pricing, you know you're getting the best price. Find her ring at a Hellsberg store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
Hurry up!
Go away, I'm enjoying my hot shower.
Yeah, we'd all like to. Hot water hog.
That's it, family meeting.
We can all enjoy long, steaming, hot showers, even the last in line, which it seems is always me. But go ahead, have that imaginary argument of what you should have said. Take your time. With our new high-efficiency Navien tankless water heater, I'll never take a cold shower again. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com to learn more.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Imagine moving into your new home before selling your old home. For top dollar, you can with Orchard. Here's one couple's story. Moving to Texas for work, they needed to sell their old home first, move, rent an apartment, then move into their new home. Total nightmare. But with Orchard's Move First program, they could sell their old home after moving into their new home. Buy your next home before you sell.
Twitter on this Friday night as we lead you into your weekend. Cowboys got the weekend off, so no Cowboys this weekend as they are on their bye week as they get ready to take on Sean McVay and the Los Angeles Rams in the next game. So looking forward to that. But massive weekend in college football, highlighted by some really, really good games, especially starting tomorrow at 11 a.m., where the game of the year in the Big Ten up to date is taking place in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow, when the Penn State Nittany Lions, led by James Franklin, go visit Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that we maybe do this by trying. I was going to see if I would make you guess the top 5 games of the weekend. I have a top 10 list, by the way, but
okay, I figured that one was probably number 1.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yeah.
Number 1 game of the weekend is number 7 Penn State at number 3 Ohio State, which is noon on Fox, which I mean noon Eastern, 11 a.m. on
Big noon
Fox.
kickoff.
Big noon kickoff. Obviously, there's a lot of narratives with this one. Ohio State beat Notre Dame, but how will Penn State handle its first major challenge of the season? Can James Franklin, the head coach at Penn State, overcome his big game road struggles? Drew Aller, the quarterback of Penn State, can him and the offense hit on some big plays, because they've kind of played it kind of conservative early on. So there's some questions as to maybe why. Is it because they don't believe in Drew Aller? Is it because they don't believe in the wide receivers? A little bit of both. What's happening? So we might get some answers on there. And then when it comes to Ohio State, will a Buckeye group that has sleepwalked through long stretches avoid, doing that against a very talented opponent? Because that's the thing for me, is watching them sleepwalk. It is not necessarily, obviously, you've seen Ryan Day, the head coach, getting like an argument with Lou Holtz through the media, and that's because of the way that they've gone about some of these games. They've barely beaten some of these teams that they've beaten. Now, of course, they are 6-0, and ultimately that O is what matters to this point. But then the reason, or the thing about the way that you've played, is now once you get to one of the 3 best teams in the Big Ten this year, are you going to be able to snap out of it quickly, or is that going to remain the case? And are you going to find yourself in a bad place because Penn State can play real good football?
No, I agree. The big question I have for Ohio State, can Kyle McCord continue to be that guy for them at quarterback? Because they've got a really talented group of receivers led by Marvin Harrison Jr. Jr. Not anyway. I like Ohio State to win this game. I'm gonna go with Ohio State to continue. Look, we're marching toward Michigan, Ohio State, as we do. It feels like every year, but with these two teams as good as they are, that is the matchup that we're marching toward right now.
I'm probably underselling the way that James Franklin can, mess up, but I believe in Drew Aller. I think that dude's nice.
Okay.
I do have some questions about the wide receivers that we were talking about earlier, and I've watched Ohio State, and it really does feel like that sleepwalking thing is for real.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of interested. I'm going to take Penn State in this one, understanding that I could possibly be wrong. The line is Ohio State -4 though. Just to
close
let you know.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is expected to be a close football game, and that's why it's the number 1 game of the week, right?
Yeah.
Good teams should be close. Good game. Any other guesses on, what could be some of the top games of the weekend?
I'm going to take 2 cracks at it. Number 1, another one is Duke, Florida State.
That is ranked the 3rd best game of the weekend. Number 16, Duke will travel to Tallahassee to play number 4, Florida State, right? Florida State and North Carolina are starting to separate at the top of the ACC.
Yeah, Mac Brown's doing a good job out there.
Except there's one caveat, and it is the Duke Blue Devils. So, Florida State and North Carolina won't meet in the regular season, but Duke has to play both of them. So this can maybe be kind of their measuring stick in some ways against these two teams. Big question is whether Riley Leonard will play in this game. He had been injured. And it seems like he's, it's an ankle injury, mind you. Seems like he had been getting better, and we were trending towards maybe him playing. If he plays in this one, they can be a little frisky. Mike Elko has classified him as day-to-day. That's the head coach for Duke. But with him, they can maybe be a little frisky and give Florida State a little bit of trouble. I don't anticipate them actually winning this football game.
I don't either.
Florida State has looked really good to this point.
I just want to watch Keon Coleman play.
Why wouldn't you? Look, college
That's what I'm
football,
here for.
There's some things in college football that are undeniable. One of those wide receivers is one of those. Just like, hey, man, throw to him the ball.
That's part of the reason why I love watching Ohio State, is just because I want to watch Marvin Harrison Jr. play. That's pretty much it. The other one I'll go with, I don't think it's getting talked about as much because, this is a traditional rivalry game. But at the same time, for Alabama, taking on Tennessee this weekend, Alabama's got a chance to kind of, quietly continue to move forward after bouncing back, from losing against Texas earlier this year. So is Tennessee, Alabama number 2?
The second ranked game on the weekend. Number 17, Tennessee going to Tuscaloosa to face number 11 Alabama. That's at 2:30 p.m. on CBS.
Mm-hmm.
You still get the CBS theme for an SEC game. Just
love it.
For this 1 year only, right? Like get it in this year
away.
before it goes away.
Yeah.
And they use that for Big Ten football. How disgusting. But remember last year's game when these two teams met up? They threw the goalposts into the river, right? So, Volunteers are coming into this one, but, a little bit more on the ground in defense. Joe Milton, the quarterback, has left a little something to be desired as a starter. But, you look across, and Alabama is, a little bit better on defense, but it's struggling to find its gear. And so
they got away with it last week against Arkansas.
These are a couple of teams that are not quite their last year selves, and they're matching up. And we'll see how it goes. The line is Alabama minus 8.5, though. So they are seen as a solid favorite in this, but it should be an interesting one to watch.
Now that Milroe's kind of, solidified there as a starter there, hopefully for him, that will allow him to continue to grow and develop there now and knowing he is the guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's going to make him a better player, but when it comes to the growth, what it does seem like they have grown into is they feel comfortable with, what does he do best? Throw the ball deep?
Throw it deep.
We're going to throw the ball deep. They have seemed to be comfortable trying to take deep shots, understanding that, they're not as good of a football team. It's so crazy to watch an Alabama team where you look up and the wide receiving core is not nasty. But we got there. It's kind of incredible to see that. I'm wondering if this is going to be the new reality, the new next evolution of Alabama, or if this is kind of just a blip in the radar and ultimately they start recruiting and getting those wide receivers back in tow. Any other games that you find interesting as we go down here? We talked about 1, 2, and 3. 4 is out in the Pac-12. There's number 14 Utah going to number 18 USC. Of course, a little bit of luster has come off of this one as USC lost to Notre Dame, and you've kind of shown a little bit of the weaknesses, at least showing that they can come through and hurt USC. Even though their defense played its best game, is that defense going to continue to show up? Because it has been abysmal, and it has really leaned on the USC's offense and Caleb Williams to do all of the work. Utah has not played with the thing that with the Cam Rising, the quarterback that has made Utah the really nice team that it had been over the last few years. But of course, Whittingham, the head coach at Utah, is one of the best in the nation, maybe like top 3, and maybe he doesn't get enough of his due. So that'll be fun just off of that. However, I think that we're getting to a place where it's like, hey, Kyle, if you don't have Cam Rising, this isn't the same thing.
Tough go.
This isn't the same thing. From the 2 and 4, they said Tennessee's quarterback has an arm. That's Milton. But the thing about Milton is having the arm is one thing. Executing and utilizing it in the right way is the thing. And I think he has some gaps in that regard. USC, mind you, is the favorite by 7 points in that game. Ole Miss Auburn comes in at 5. That's going to be a 6P on ESPN. Washington State at Oregon. We saw Oregon play a really good game last week.
Yeah, how does Oregon bounce back? Yeah.
And Washington State is no slouch, although they're giving a lot of points to Oregon. Or sorry, I forget what's the right terminology, but Oregon minus 20 in that one. Washington State with Cam Ward is it's a fun team, but Oregon just is like we were talking about last week or earlier this week maybe. Beefy team. They matriculate down the field, and that offense is
He's built them like an SEC team.
What could be a hilarious game because of the downside implications. Clemson is playing Miami this week in a game of Miami is a good football team that has a coach that just makes abysmally poor situational decisions. Clemson is a team that has historically been good, but it's not that right now necessarily. Like it's not that they're bad, but they're just not. They're not the Clemson of old.
They haven't figured it out at quarterback since Trevor Lawrence left.
Yeah. Right?
They're just still trying to find that guy.
And also, this is a team that, funny enough, the trenches aren't incredible. Right? When you talk about offensive and defensive line. So that's been a funny thing to watch with Clemson, especially the way that they had previously recruited. So that could end up being hilarious. Oklahoma State plays West Virginia if you care about the Big 12 outside of the top 2. And if you really want to get into G5, the Toledo Rockets face the Miami of Ohio. And that could be like a MAC championship preview.
Okay.
And coming in at 10, the Texas Christian Horned Frogs going to Manhattan, Kansas to play Kansas State As we're talking about another one of those games. This is another one of those of, can Kansas State keep themselves in relevance to maybe try and attempt to get involved in the Big 12 championship, or is this just going to be a runaway situation with Oklahoma and Texas, which I lean the latter, honestly. This feels like a two-horse race, and I know Brett Yormark has got to be sick because he's been
reckless.
Talking all that talk.
Him and his deputy commissioner reckless at the mouth talking about Texas and Oklahoma, even before the season started. Talking about what the conference needs to do to get them out the door.
Just real jealous ex-girlfriend. Just wanted to make it hurt for them on the way out the door, and it hasn't done anything like that. Anything of the sort. So a lot of really good football games. If you're a real sicko territory, James Madison is a fun story as they came up from Division 2. Or sorry, is it FC? They might have come up from FCS rather. They came up from FCS.
Wherever Shepard came from
2 years back. No, FCS is Division 1. That's just very good. But they're ineligible to make a bowl because they're still on that probationary period coming up to the FBS level.
Wow.
But they're a good football team.
That's crazy, but they can't make a bowl game because they just got here.
Yeah. But they're a good football team.
By the way, y'all heard it here first, and I could be wrong, so y'all could probably bring this to my doorstep on Monday. Texas need to be on upset alert this weekend.
Texas?
They play Houston.
Houston is not good.
I know they're not. That's why they need to be on upset alert.
Oh, you think there's shenanigans are going to happen?
Did you see what happened the other night? West Virginia and Houston?
Buddy.
Shenanigans.
West Virginia's not a good football team.
You trust Texas right now?
Yes. Against Houston? Buddy,
I tend to agree, but I'm just saying.
You don't understand the level.
It's college football.
Buddy. Yeah, I guess.
It's college football.
Nah, man. Texas is a legitimate good team this year.
There you go.
Some of the things that are happening in college football this weekend.
It's Final Call next on the Get Right.
Coming up Monday morning on Sean and RJ, are we still playing in the ALCS or have we moved on to the World Series or worse? Plus, recap of the NFL weekend and your best of the worst. It's a Monday morning on The Fan.
If you turn it on and leave it on The Fan, you know we're DFW sports leader on insight and original content all day long. No need to go back and search for it. We send it to you. Yeah. Sign up for our fan newsletter today at 1053thefan.com. Proudly presented by Bosch Power Tools.
Howdy, folks. Rustle up your favorite people for the State Fair of Texas. With so many fun and tasty experiences, it's the most Texan place on earth. September 29th through October 22nd. Get your tickets at BigTex.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in the zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Now's the time to get your place ready for company with up to 40% off select online baths at the Home Depot, because the holidays are coming to town. And so are your friends, your family, and their friends and family. So let the Home Depot help get your bathroom guest ready with the Tabana vanity and the matte black Oswell faucet from Glacier Bay. For more storage and a new modern look, refresh your space with up to 40% off select online baths. Plus, get free delivery on all online vanities and faucets from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
When you come to Genesis of Plano, a proud part of the Huffines Auto family, you will discover not all Genesis are created equal. Why? Because at Genesis of Plano, you can buy with confidence, knowing Genesis of Plano is a People's Choice Best New Car Dealer by the Dallas Morning News and part of the Consumer's Choice Auto Group of the Year. So for your new Genesis, buy with confidence at Genesis of Plano or genesisofplano.com.
Hey, Scott, what brings you into the pharmacy?
I'm thinking about getting one of the updated COVID-19 vaccines.
Great. Do you know which type of vaccine you'd like?
There's more than one?
Yep, there are different types of vaccines available. You can learn more about them at WeDoVaccines.com. If you have questions or want to make an appointment, give me a call.
What was that website again?
WeDoVaccines.com.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
This message was brought to you by Novavax.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. from America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Owner-operators, are you grossing $14,000 per week? CISO Energy's owner-operators gross on average $14,000 per week, with the top 10% grossing over $23,000 per week. CISO Energy has substantial opportunities for owner-operators wanting to run pneumatic trailers. We have contracts for both pneumatic and bottom drop that extend all the way through 2024 and beyond. Visit SISUEnergyLLC.com to fill out your application. Our experienced team will get you moving on no-touch freight, making the kind of money you deserve. SISUEnergyLLC.com. Year CDL required along with H2S, state plant, and fit test.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
This is Sean Shreve here with Jeff Jr., owner of Trajan Wealth, talking about 401ks. I've always heard that 401ks were great, but you're telling me something different?
Well, 401ks are great when you're employed there. However, if you're no longer employed, you probably don't want to keep that 401k with your old employer, and you probably don't want to roll that old 401k into your new employer's plan.
Really? Why is that?
Well, most 401ks have limited investment options and can cost you thousands of dollars more in fees. And that's true even if you roll it over into your new employer's 401k. You also lose a lot of control by leaving your 401k with your old employer. If the company sells or merges, they often freeze it.
Now that is great insight. If you have a 401k with an old employer, stop what you're doing and call Trajan Wealth. 469-579-3500. That's 469-579-3500. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Celebrate your home team with gear from Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shop in store or online at academy.com for officially licensed team gear from Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. Have fun out there.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone.
So what if I need a new one? No problem. We have the right battery for your car, starting at only $89.99.
Get in the zone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-485-6262. 800-485-6262. 800-485-6262.
This
the right-hander fires.
Is
he struck him out.
Your American League Championship headquarters.
Adolis Garcia will touch them all. His 3-run blast has given Tucky a 6-0 lead.
Your official home of the Rangers is 105.3 The Fan.
Final time here on the Get Right with Reggie KG here on 105.3 The Fan. Kevin Gray, Reginald Atatula, Chris Strong holding it down for you. Really appreciate his hard work on this Friday night as we get you ready for your weekend here on your home, the Cowboys and Texas Rangers. Unfortunately, the good guys go down tonight 5-4 at Globe Life Field as they are now down 3-2 heading into Game 6 on Sunday night as they look to stay off elimination against the reigning World Series champion.
Damn, so Game 5 was pivotal, wasn't it?
It was pivotal Game 5.
Pivotal Game 5.
And now you're looking to stave off elimination in Game 6 going into hopefully Game 7 on Monday. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks have evened up their series also at 2 games apiece, or I should say they have evened up their series at 2 games apiece after Gabby Moreno's go-ahead hit helps the Diamondbacks get the win there. So LCS is heating up as we wind down the MLB postseason.
We're almost at the Fall Classic, man.
Almost.
So close.
It's the final call here on the Get Right as we get you out of here on this Friday night. Mavericks won their preseason finale as they beat the Detroit Pistons tonight. They opened up the regular season on Wednesday when they when they go visit Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
That's going to be helpful for me because I have an opportunity to get a $5 movie ticket. And so this $5 movie ticket would be to see the new Martin Scorsese film, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people saying, it was an incredible film.
Yeah, and it looks incredible. And I mean, look, Scorsese, I don't remember the last time he missed. It doesn't feel like he misses. Now, this is a 3 hour and 26 minute film.
Wait, what?
3 hours and 26 minutes.
Actually, let me not complain because I sit there and watch Marvel movies, and some of those movies.
We haven't gotten to 320. We haven't gotten to 326.
No, not 3.5 hours.
Endgame, if I remember correctly, was 302.
Yeah, Endgame was long, but that was an event. That was a whole experience.
And I'm just trying to figure out how and when I'm going to watch this film because I'm getting it for $5. Like, you got to go watch it, right? A movie that you're fairly certain is going to be good at a discount like that. Problem is, where do you fit in 3 hours and 26 minutes?
Catch you a matinee.
When? On the weekend?
Yeah.
All this college football and NFL going on?
You got a bunch of TVs. Tape them. Tape the game.
You hear how old he sounds? Just put it on Betamax. Look at you.
Don't do that.
Tape the game. Who says that?
You know what I mean. DVR the game. You know what I mean. Don't play me.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm talking about.
You think I'm going to come back and watch these games?
Why wouldn't you?
Because we don't already know. Oh, this is a great question. Are you somebody that can come back and watch a game knowing the score?
Yeah, I'll do it for Cowboys and Mavericks games.
Okay, but outside of I need to know what happened, just like a random game. Are you someone that's like, I know what the score is, I'm going to go back and watch this? Or are you like, I can't know anything about this, and then I can go back and watch it?
No, I have to be specifically invested in the team. I won't do it for I won't do it for the Diamondbacks and Phillies. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, go to a matinee or find an early show. Or a late show. You like to stay up late?
I mean, not that late. Look. I'm going to mess up my whole schedule staying up too late.
You'll stay up watching Pac-12 after dark football.
Yeah, we done with that by like 1.
What's the difference?
3 hours and 26 minutes,
It's
KG.
the same length of a football game. You can go to a 8 o'clock show and be out of there by 11.
Wait, what's Sunday Night Football? Sunday Night Football is Dolphins-Eagles, dude.
I'm talking about Saturday night.
It's a good game Saturday night.
So you just don't want to see the movie?
I do. I just don't know when to go.
I'm giving you suggestions.
Look, Monday could be
shooting them down.
Monday could be game 7, right? I can't really schedule that. Tuesday, NBA starting, right? Wednesday, Mavs starting.
Again, you have to make you want to see it that bad? Prioritize your time.
It's $5.
You said you wanted to see the movie, not me.
I'm looking for help.
I'm trying to help you, but you just shoot down all.
Your first suggestion was tape the game as if this was 1994. You are not trying to help.
Stop with the tape. You knew what I meant, damn it. You knew what I meant. DVR the game. But if you're willing to stay up and watch Pac-12 after dark football, you can go to the movies. It's a 3.5 hour show. We go to 8, get done at 11:30, y'all good to go. And still catch the second half of UCLA, whomever.
Sir, if the movie started at 8, you know how this goes. It's like 20 minutes of
Oh, my bad. You'll get back to the early third quarter of UCLA random, whoever they're playing that night. You'll be all right. You're a single guy out here. You got all the time in the world to choose what you want to do.
That's what you think.
Okay.
I mean, shout out to Swaggy in the Twitch chat.
Oh,
I don't know if KG, if you do this. That's like saying hit the floppy disk on the computer to save something.
That's right. Swaggy Boo, shut the hell up. How about that? Go to bed. It's past his bedtime. Go to bed.
No, but sincerely, like I am interested in.
Love you, Swaggy Boo. Still love you.
If people can like go back and watch games anymore.
Like I said, I have to be specifically invested
if
in the team.
If you missed it, you just missed it. Like if you have an event on a Sunday and you miss a majority of football on Sunday, you just missed it. Is that how you handle it?
Yeah, that's too many games.
Interesting.
Oh, actually, no. These days, I can pick and choose which games I want to watch. Do the condensed game. You know.
Okay.
Hell, spend all this damn money on this stuff.
Actually, what's the midday? Steelers, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Packers, Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs is the one that's
none of that stuff interests me until Sunday night, really. That's just me. Chiefs, Chargers might get me, but it's really Dolphins, Eagles. Washington plays the Giants this weekend. Blech.
Yeah, it's nasty. But that's of course, that all ends up in the noon slate.
Which game we're going to get here? That's right.
Red zone is what we're going to get here. That's what we're going to get.
Very good call. Appreciate Chris on this evening for helping us out. Really appreciate your hard work, sir. And I look forward to this weekend. For my partner, Reginald Atatula, my name is Kevin Gray. This has been the Get Right, Reggie KG here on 105.3 The Fan. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Maybe. I might still dad walk. Y'all be easy.
The Fan continues to grow because of you, our listener teammates. Thank you for turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Feel Good Dallas, presented by Sanctum Wellness, is tomorrow. Feel Good Dallas fuses live music into yoga, fitness, and guided meditation experiences, all backed by members of the orchestra. Dallas's only wellness festival returns tomorrow, October 21st, at the Morton H. Meyerson Symphony Center. Take classes and dive into expert panel discussions on nutrition, stress management, psychedelic therapy research, and relationships. Take your self-care to the next level at Feel Good Dallas. See the incredible lineup and get your tickets to tomorrow's event at feelgoodaf.com. That's feelgoodaf.com.
Get informed if you're buying, selling, refinancing, or just want up-to-date information on the market on the Texas Lending Mortgage Show, Saturdays 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. The Texas Lending Mortgage Show is paid for by Aspire Financial Inc.
It's the Battle of the Brands Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo. Now through October 28th, up to $1,500 in rebates, factory direct pricing, and affordable payments starting at just $105 a month. Over 80 models to choose from. Visit any of their 3 DFW showrooms or southernleisurespas.com. southernleisurespas.com.
RJ Choppy, your good friends over at Zerez. How's your carpet look? Is it clean? No. Get it clean right now with the RJ Choppy Fan Special. 3 rooms pre-treated, clean, and sanitized for $99. Mention my name and you're going to get a hallway cleaned absolutely free. But you got to call Zerez and you got to ask for the RJ Choppy Fan Special. 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN. 214-372-5326 or ZerezDallas.com. 12 backwards or forwards spells the same. It's Zerez.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and I have a question for you. You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants. Got it?
Learn more and schedule this season's updated COVID-19 shot at vaccines.gov.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
People who shop at Diamonds Direct for diamonds and engagement rings can't believe the prices.
They blew everybody else out of the water.
I saved between $1,500 and $2,000. Came here first, got a really good price, went around everywhere else, and it wasn't really even close.